So hello everybody, welcome to the webinar. The webinar is, if you don't know me, I'm Randy Smith, so the one on the right with the googly eyes, which my eyes don't actually look like that, but hey ho. To my right is Simon Phillips, who is my business partner, and just bear with me while I quit Skype, make sure that doesn't interrupt us. Simon is the coder behind all the software, the Monkey tools that we put out. And then we've got Jeremy Gislason and Simon Hodgkinson from Promote Labs, who we team up with for all the Monkey tools. And so you've arrived here through either those two sending you an email or myself and Si sending you an email. And we want to teach some stuff that we've been discussing to try and help people of all levels, really. So without further ado, we've had lots of hellos and highs and what have you, and we've got people from all over. Hiya, Delbert. Del usually replies to a lot of our emails, so I recognise quite a few names actually. I saw Gail earlier, and Bill and Bob, Del and a few others. So yeah, however you've got here, welcome. I hope you can see my screen. I'm going to move my little GoToWebinar boxes out of the way, and I'm presuming the one in the bottom right corner you won't see, you'll just see the full webinar screen. So welcome to the webinar. As usual, webinar housekeeping. Grab a pen and paper to take notes. We are attempting to record, but sometimes technology can let us down, so do shut your phone off, and Facebook, seriously. We know, GoToWebinar, do tell us when you're not watching. But get comfy, grab a cup of coffee, and if you can save questions till the end, because I'm not sure I'll see them with me concentrating on the slides. So from Promote Labs and Media Cat, a big warm welcome. And as I say, we are attempting to record, and if it goes right, then hopefully you won't have your notes too rushed and hurried, because I will be talking quite fast to get all this content through to you. There's a lot of valuable content. I know it's going to be helpful and useful. So here we go. In today's presentation, we're going to be showing you a 4-step method to generate more of everything you need to make it online. If you've been watching the emails through the week, we did hint on to it's the CB method that will generate more T, L, S and C. Sure, but before we get into that, I've got a question. And the question is, who do you know that asks a fire to give you some heat first and then promises to buy a matchstick afterwards? Serious question, folks. This is one back from my sales days. I was 20 odd years in direct marketing and sales, and then eventually sales management and what have you. But this is something that came up. Terry's saying nobody. Well, funnily enough, no one, or is it everybody on your newsfeed? I don't know. And for the guy that said I don't have Facebook, then that's fair enough. But yeah, strangely, a lot of new marketers treat their businesses this way. We get so many all the time, people saying, well, you know, show me how to make some money, then I'll go buy some hosting, etc. You know, oh yeah, once I'm actually making loads of money, I'll buy an autoresponder so that I can then email a list to make some money and what have you. So the correct order of things, and then how to get more of everything. Yeah, so the CB method equals TLSC. So the CB method stands for clickbait, and the TLSC is traffic, lists, sales and commissions. So what is clickbait and why do we need traffic, lists, sales and commissions? So some people it's an obvious reason why, and some people less obvious. So traffic, anybody that does anything online needs traffic. to accomplish anything online. If you've got a website, I'm afraid that the old field of dreams notion of build it and they will come doesn't work these days. And people probably invest more of their time and efforts in getting traffic to their websites, whether it's through SEO, whether it's through affiliate offers, whether they're gaming the system, using traffic exchanges, using solo ads, using all sorts of different things. We all need traffic. And then most marketers will tell you, if you've got traffic coming to a website, you want to build a list. And so not building a list is always detrimental to your financial health, because if somebody's coming to your website, you don't just want them to visit once, have a look, and then go away. You want them to keep coming back, and obviously you would like them to purchase things, which is sales, and that's what most people think they want. And nobody cares about if they've got any traffic or whether they've got a list. They just want the sales, and it goes back to that fire question, you know, oh, once I'm making some sales, then I'll worry about getting more traffic and building my list, etc. But realistically, sales is what people think they want, and commissions, a lot of people say, well, isn't that the same as the sales? Well, sales is one thing, commissions are an entirely different thing, but they do go hand in hand. And if you can make sales on your website, then build a list of buyers, you can then promote other products to that list of buyers and make commissions from selling other people's products, which means you don't have the work to do in creating those products. So they are two different things, but they're just as important as each other. So the clickbait method is a 4-step method, and we're going to tell you how does it work to help us build a business. So building on the 4-step method and maximizing traffic, list, sales and commissions is what it's all about. So as I say, I'm not going to waste any time. We'll get straight into the meat and show you what the deal is with these clickbait videos and or adverts, etc. So clickbait, you've seen it plenty of times before, and as soon as I sort of mention these sites, I'm sure you'll realize what it is. You see an article, you'll see an advert for an article or a little video or something, and it will have an enticing headline and what have you, and you see them all the time on sites like Huffington Post, Distractify, BuzzFeed, Wired, Upworthy, 9gag, BBC, CNN, other news sites, satirical sites even, The Onion, The Daily Current, The Daily Mash, and whenever you get to the bottom of a page of something you're looking at, then you'll see a grid of images, and those images are super enticing with headlines that make you want to click. So talking major clickbait. Now I've just seen a comment saying there's no audio, and that guy's left, so I presume it was just an issue on his, so he's going to jump out and jump back in again. Everybody else can hear me okay, presumably? And I can just get a quick yes. Yeah, cool. Cheers Nick, cheers Stuart, Claude. Okay guys, cheers. It's alright. Sometimes the odd person will have an issue, and you have to sign out and sign back in again. But yeah, so that's where you'll see some clickbait ads. And so next time you're on your news feed on Twitter, on Facebook and what have you, have a watch for their headlines, have a look at some of those sites, and there's an education in itself if you can just study rather than be tempted to click. So, I mean, a headline, I'm not looking at it right now. I wrote that when I was looking at it right now, but it was a headline that I saw that I thought, oh, there's one that's of interest. Obviously, as a businessman online, an entrepreneur, a headline that says there's trouble brewing for America's most hated companies certainly aroused my curiosity. So if anybody's interested in business as a topic, the headline's going to be getting some major clicks, and then there's the curiosity factor. And then there's also the schadenfreude coming into play, where, you know, people take pleasure from other people's pain. So we're curious. There's trouble brewing. What trouble? America's most hated companies. Who are they? You know, and what is the trouble that's brewing? So you've got all those factors playing together, and together those add up to a major compulsion to click the link and see what it's all about. So you know what I'm talking about. You've seen these sort of enticing ads a dozen times today already, I presume. And the reason you see them so often is because they work like crazy to get people's attention, and getting people's attention then gets the clicks, which is what we all want, isn't it? So the good news is the world's biggest and most profitable sites aren't the only ones who can use this strategy. Now we can all use clickbait power for ourselves to drive a ton of traffic to our sites, and that's what this special presentation is all about. I would say he no longer pays attention to those obvious clickbait ads. I'm sure, I mean, we all get to a point where we ignore a lot, but there's always one that gets you, or there is for me. My wife always usually says to me, I'm saying always, usually, that doesn't make sense, but yeah, she's often saying to me, how come you've managed to share this, share that, and what have you? I thought you were working. So, the clickbait method to get traffic, list, sales, and commissions. So, driving traffic with this strategy isn't voodoo magic, it's formulaic, and the formula looks like this. Step 1, you create a video or a post, and that video or post needs to have some good content, and that could be on your blog, on the website, or wherever. Step 2, craft a compelling clickbait advert. Step 3, create a polished landing page, and then step 4, get eyeballs on that advert. And the idea is, going in reverse, you get eyeballs on your ads, they go to your landing page, they've got a compelling clickbait advert on the landing page, which then makes them click through to watch the video or read your post, and then take some sort of action. So the end result, people click the advert, get directed to your videos. Inside your video, you'll get people to take specific course of action, such as join your mailing list, or buy a product, or click through to something, whether it be an affiliate product, a product of your own, whatever you want people to do. Provided you do those things right, you will get more subscribers, more customers, and a whole lot more revenue. Of course, the devil's in the details. So keep watching, because we're going to show you some examples and show you why sites like the Huffington Post get a lot of traffic and know a lot of things about driving a lot of traffic. If you've ever looked at their rankings, wow. So step 1, create your video or your post, and what you're going to do there is to create a simple tips or secrets video or post. And there are 2 keys to this step. The first key in the strategy is you need to create a compelling title for the video or post. So, some examples. Here's a boring example, 3 dog training tips. So to punch that up and arouse curiosity and showcase the benefits of the post or the video that you're going to be sharing, you'd have something along the lines of, discover 3 super effective training secrets your dog trainer doesn't want you to know. Hopefully straight away you've seen the difference there. We don't just have tips, we have super effective secrets, and that is a major benefit, but it also arouses curiosity, because people always want to discover secrets, and the end bit about the dog trainer not wanting people to know the secrets further arouses curiosity. So what happens, people have got to scratch that curiosity itch, so they'll have to go and watch your video or post to find out what these super secrets are that your dog trainer doesn't want you to know. So we'll come back to headlines shortly, but then the next key for that strategy is you need to split the content between your post or video and another product. So here's the idea in a nutshell. You provide part of the content in your clickbait video or blog post, and then you offer viewers the chance to get the rest of the content by subscribing to your list, purchasing a product, telling others about your site, if you want somebody to share the site so you get more traffic, or through some other course of action of your choice. So here's another example. Let's suppose we've got a video called 3 Scary Hosting Backdoors You Need to Shut to Avoid Getting Hacked. Is it compelling? Yes, because everybody's seen somebody or knows somebody that's been hacked. So the title showcases a benefit and arouses curiosity, and even scares people a little bit into wanting to click that link to find out. So all good. They want to click the link, and as promised, they'll learn about those 3 backdoors and why it's so important to fix those issues. So if you knew 3 backdoors, you could write an article or do a video to demonstrate those 3 backdoors, show them why it's scary, why they could potentially be at risk of being hacked, and what they need to do to solve that. And here's the key. At the end of the video or post, you provide a call to action where they can learn even more scary backdoors and how to shut them. So in other words, you provide a video that's useful yet incomplete. So you're showing them 3, but let's say there was 10 security holes. So One way to do that would be, your call to action would be, click below now to see all 10 security holes. So at the end of your video, you say, that's how you close those 3 back doors, but there are another 7, but if you click that link below, we'll show you the 10 security holes and how to plug them as soon as possible. Are you with me so far? Second approach is to explain that the 3 security holes are, why they're so dangerous, and then point the viewers to a product to find out how exactly they can plug those holes. So in other words, the video tells them what the security holes are, but they might need to purchase a product in order to plug those other 7 holes. So they've learnt 3 for free, but now they're worried and they're interested and they're curious and they want to know about the rest, so they may need to buy a product. Another example, let's say you're sharing a video that lists 5 tips for setting up a blog. So one approach is to simply list the 5 tips, give an overview of those tips, and then provide a call to action at the end where the viewer can buy the product that shows them exactly how to implement the tips. And the second approach is to offer 5 in-depth blogging tips and then point viewers to another product that offers a complete strategy for setting up and running a successful blog. The third approach would be to offer the in-depth tips and then encourage visits to buy related products. So there's lots of ways you can use it once you've got somebody to your site. So the idea is, give them the content you've promised them and then have a course of action that they need to take for more. So in that example, one of the tips might talk about installing an SEO plugin on the blog, and then you could have somebody with a call to action to say, if you want to buy that plugin, click here, or if you want a free download of that plugin, add your name and email, or whatever course of action you want them to take. And the whole point is always there needs to be some form of call to action there that gets people to either buy a product or join your mailing list or click on an affiliate link where you could make a commission or register for a webinar, or share the content with their friends on the social media sites, or any other related course of action that supports your business goals. So whatever the goals are in your business, and this is why we say this works for every business, whatever you're doing online, you need people, you need the traffic, you ideally should be building a list and making sales and commissions. So whatever course of action is required that will support your business goals, whether it's getting more traffic by sharing the content, whether it's building your list, whether it's selling products of your own or affiliate products, there would be a call to action. One more key is you need to create an interesting and useful article or video that keeps your viewers watching right through to the end, where you've got your call to action. Obviously that part we can't do for you. We don't know what line of business you're in, and so that will be different for everybody. So we'll leave that part for you. But the tip there is to think edutainment, where you can entertain and educate viewers at the same time. So I'm sure with some businesses something boring and factual would still work, but the more entertaining it is as well as educational, the more people are going to share, the more traffic you're going to get, and the whole cycle repeats itself again. As David says, every business's goal is to make money, no matter what else they say. And yeah, I don't think I'd disagree with that. Even altruistic businesses require money in order to do altruistic work. So even if you said it was a charitable concern, they still want to make money. So once your video is ready to go, then obviously you could upload it to YouTube or Vimeo. YouTube's no longer a problem now. If you've seen our latest Monkey Player launch, you can then reduce the branding and all the rest of it, but I'm not here to pitch that. And again, you could put the video on a LandingPage Monkey as a quick and easy way to create a stunning landing page with the video embedded. But again, we're not here to pitch our software. A lot of you, I'm sure, have already got it and got a lot of our Monkey tools. If you havenent, you can go to monkeywebapps.com when we finish. Meanwhile, let's move it to an important step. Step 2, create the compelling clickbait ads. So this is probably the most important step, because if you get this wrong, then the campaign's going to sink faster than a lead balloon. So when we talk about an ad, what we're referring to is a small graphical ad, usually around 600 by 500 pixels, maybe smaller. And again, have a look at Huffington Post to get a feel what those ads should look like. Here's some to give you an example. Nice picture of some islands, 25 most beautiful places you must visit before you die. Some foods actually named after people, or 10 diets you've never heard of. So again, it's targeted. Anybody that's on a diet are going to be curious. Well, have I not heard of them all? So these type of ads are what they call clickbait ads. So you're going to click on that. It's going to give you some of the information. Then it's going to lead to a link. And again, if you look on your Facebook feed, on the right-hand side of the page, they usually have a load of adverts running down there. A lot of them are retargeted as well, so they follow you around the internet. You try search Amazon for any product these days, and then don't have your wife stood behind you when you're on Facebook, because then she'll be like, oh, what's all this presents for ladies and whatever you're showing up on the right-hand side of your Facebook, and gives the game away somewhat. So, but anyway, there's two parts to the ad, the graphics and the text. So, and we'll look at those separately. So, ad graphics, your ad's overall design is what's going to first capture your prospect's eye. So they're essential that you spend some time on the graphics and you choose them wisely and carefully. The good news is, while you should test and track your ads to see what sort of graphics work best for your audience, you don't need to start totally from scratch, because there's plenty of other people, including us, who've gone before, tested relentlessly to figure out what kind of graphics work best. So again, the research is freely available by just having a look at these sites, but look as somebody researching, not as a buyer. Otherwise you'll end up clicking lots of things and probably buying lots of things and end up on a lot of lists. So here's some of the findings that we've discovered. Excuse me. Pictures of people or cute animals. Everybody loves to share and click, especially on the cute animal ones. And don't tell me, even the people that say they ignore, I would probably bet money that you've watched some of the funny cat videos or something. Tip 2, be sure people are looking in the right direction. So here's a couple of examples. Looking at the camera. So she's engaging with us, and then the text is right here. Or she's looking up at the text, so she's highlighting the actual headline. But here's a bad example. She's looking away from the text, so we're curious to what she's looking at as opposed to the actual headline there. So when you're looking at people or even animals or what have you, again, make sure everyone's looking in the right direction so that your headline is getting spotted. The cute pictures to attract the eye, the headline then captures them and makes them want to click. And again, tip number 3, think minimalistic. So 2 examples here, a clutter-free image, good. And then a busy image with no main focus, pretty bad, because where we're supposed to be looking. And we want people to focus and look at the image, be attracted by the image, and then obviously read the headline and go with the headline. So again, bright colours always attract the eye. Those 2 images stand out very nicely. I'm not going to comment on the people themselves, but the images certainly stand out, catch the attention, so a good headline on those could get the click. And then tip 5, use high quality graphics. Don't just copy images off the internet. It's a reason for that. So if you buy an image or download it from an image site, be careful to read the licenses and make sure that the images you purchase, that you can use them for what you want to use them for. It's allowable within the terms of service or the license or what have you. So A, don't just steal images off the internet, you could end up sued. And then B, make sure they're high quality images, because a poor quality image is just going to make you look like you're doing things on the cheap, which then doesn't necessarily attract as much attention. So the graphical portion of your ad does 2 things. It gets your viewers' attention, which is an important job, and it creates the first impression of you, which is why we said use a polished looking professional graphic. Then the viewer will associate your post or video and you with professionalism. So high quality ad, and you'll get more people clicking because they'll trust you more, they'll like you more, and think of you more highly. So the next component is the ad copy. So the graphic draws people's eyes over your advert, and then you've got a split second and a very limited amount of text to convince the viewer to click on the advert. So basically you get one headline to get the click. So if your headline doesn't get the attention and get the click, then nobody's going to see your post or your video. So headlines, and this is where we're going to try and educate you. Probably going to go too fast for you. Hopefully the replay will work. So anybody that's a copywriter, no worries, but for those of you that aren't, here's a few examples, and again some examples of the examples. So the curiosity arousing headline. People are drawn by a bit of mystery and intrigue. They want to know secrets. They want to know what everybody else knows. And that's why curiosity works very well to get the click. So, giving you some examples of curiosity headlines. Example 1. Here's what pro golfers do when they want to shave strokes off their game. Or revealed the #1 secret for getting rid of belly fat without exercise. Or example 3. Here's what your used car dealer hoped you'd never find out. Or example 4. Here's what your boyfriend really thinks about whatever it might be. So again, the last one is personal. What your boyfriend really thinks about whatever it might be. You, your tummy, your flesh, your eyes, your whatever. Words like secret and discover invoke curiosity. And you can see in those examples you don't need to use those words to get people super curious. David's asking, in fact, David, I'll come back over the questions at the end because I'm having to drag the question box across the page, which you can't probably see, but it covers the text for me and makes me lose my place. So, people also love to find out what others think of them. So, we're all a little self-centered, which is another reason this particular headline works like crazy. And you can tweak it to whatever niche you want. So, for example, here's what your doctor really thinks about you, or here's what your physiotherapist, here's what your personal trainer, you know, whatever niche you're in, here's what your dog trainer is, you know, whoever thinks about you. So, next headline, fear-inducing. Fear is a powerful motivator. And I think it was Tony Robbins that once said, on some of the things I've watched of his, that people do things for one of just 2 reasons, either to advance and move forward nearer pleasure or to get away from pain. And pain is obviously, people live in fear of pain, so it's a powerful motivator. People will do more to move away from pain than they will to move towards pleasure. So we're all motivated by doing something nice, but we can always think, I'll do it another day. But when something's going to actually hurt, then we're very motivated to avoid it. So fear-inducing, when they're afraid, they'll get psychologically uncomfortable. To alleviate that discomfort, they have to reduce the fear. And of course, you can wrap fear around every video topic, but you can't wrap it around every video topic, but it's worth brainstorming fear headlines whenever possible. And here's a few examples for you. 92% of heart attack victims ate these 3 foods. Are you making this mistake too? Or you could be on the brink of financial disaster unless you take these 3 simple steps. Or does your dog have cancer? Find out the frightening truth about this silent killer. So anybody that's got a pet is going to be curious just to make sure that they're all right and that their babies are all right. Financial disaster. If that's something that's concerned, then you'd want to know what these 3 simple steps were. And again, if you're in the health niche, you know, what 3 foods are we eating that's causing problems? So in those examples, not only does the headline push the fear button, but again, we're going back to that first one that I mentioned, it also arouses curiosity. So combining different types of headline, combining fear and curiosity is also an extremely powerful motivator that drives clicks like crazy. So brainstorm headlines that evoke both of these emotions. Next type, the surprise headline. And the surprise headline is when you outright tell your viewer something that surprises them, or you promise to tell them something that's going to be surprising. And you can use trigger words like startling, surprising to get people's attention, and again, getting their attention will get the click. So in many cases, you can then, again, combine the curiosity factor in there with the surprise angle to create some powerful headlines. So examples, find out the surprising truth about your retirement saving. Or mothers everywhere are shocked by this parenting video. You will be too. And this one always got me. Click here to watch the worst dog training video ever made and find out why we did it on purpose. See, I'm curious. Why did they do it on purpose? So that's headlines that surprise people, and then asking someone to click something that's bad, certainly out of the ordinary, and that's why it arouses the curiosity and even got me curious. So the end result is you get the click. And the benefit-driven headline is as simple as a direct benefit. So people are inherently self-centered. That includes your prospects. So whenever you see your ad, a little voice is going to say, well, what's in it for me? So, 3 amazing grips that transform you into the best player on the golf course. Oh, 3 amazing grips. Best player on the golf course. Yeah, that could be a benefit if you're a golfer. Aphid problem, get rid of them today using this awesome trick. If you're into gardening, you're definitely going to want to do that. Or double your conversion rate using these 3 proven tips. Who doesn't want to double their conversion rate, whatever you're selling? So no matter what kind of headlines you're brainstorming, look for ways to showcase a big benefit. Moving on, the specific headline. Viewers might be skeptical of your claims, so being really specific in the headline makes the claims more credible, which will in turn get you more clicks. And here's some examples of that. How to lose 12 pounds this month. Very specific, not some weight in the next few weeks or whatever. It's 12 pounds this month. Or discover these 3 simple ways to get an extra 5,390 visitors. Or look 10 years younger in just 2 days. So again, as you can see, the goal is to be specific as possible about the benefits. So it's not just losing weight, it's losing 12 pounds. And again, on that particular headline, it was within this month. They won't get more traffic, they'll get 5,390 extra visitors. Or they won't just look a little younger, but they'll look 10 years younger in 2 days. All very specific. Obviously, be as specific as you can, but also understand that, advertising has rules and regulations, so you can't just say, watch this webinar and you'll make $1 million tomorrow. I'm not saying that's impossible, but it's highly unlikely. So make sure that you're within the advertising rules and regulations and you don't make claims that are going to get you into trouble. So social proof headline. Again, people aren't sure what to do. They check what everybody else is doing, and then they do the same thing. And there's a bit of conformity going on because people don't like to get left behind, and we're always doing this. Well, ask somebody that's, who do you know that knows anything about whatever, because I want to know X, Y, Z or what have you. So, examples. Your friends and neighbours are making a killing with this stock secret. Are you? Or 3 million dog owners swear by this house training secret. Or don't get left behind. Discover why smart investors are snapping up this precious metal like crazy. And again, I'll probably say it on the next slide, but you've got curiosity in there as well as, so yeah, they all had the curiosity as well as the conformity social proof mix. So again, whenever you make people curious, you're well on your way to getting the click. Next up, the negative headline. Negative headline is generally a headline where you're telling your viewers not to do something. In most cases, works best if you tell them, or at least imply, that they shouldn't be doing something because it would be a mistake. So, as you probably already guessed, you can combine that with fear. Never eat this food if you're trying to lose weight. Or don't make this deadly business mistake. Or trying to house train a puppy, don't use this type of crate. And curiosity's in there as well as the don't. So, evoked in all those examples. So keep touching on this. Curiosity is a very powerful motivator that combines nicely with most of the headline. The next one up, I'm talking to you headline. The idea of that one is simple. You specifically name your target market. You'll get less clicks, but you'll get more targeted clicks. So you mentioned their specific ailment or problem. It's a good way to get the attention, get the clicks. So examples are, this is for people who want to write a novel but don't know how to get started. Now, if you have no intention of ever writing a novel, then you're not going to be clicking on that. But those who are and might be struggling, very highly targeted. Do you suffer from painful arthritis? Relief is a click away. Again, anybody that you know that suffers arthritis, you talk to any of them and you'll say, oh, have you tried a copper bracelet? Have you tried these pills? Have you tried this herb? And they'll usually know most things, so they're going to be curious in case it's something they've missed, because they're always in pain from it. Attention retirees, don't make this investment mistake. And anybody that's retiring, I presume, would be investing for the future. I'm not there yet, so I don't know. So those sort of headlines, again, combined with other headline formats, can create an even bigger input, so you can showcase benefits, arouse curiosity, induce fear, and so on. It's a good way to get your target market to self-identify and step forward. Put the hand up and say, tell me, show me. The how-to headline, again, very simple. How-to are trigger words, and people pay attention because they want to find out how to do things. So a good way is how to get something desirable, or how to get benefit without doing something unpleasant. Examples: how to lose weight without hunger pangs or exercise, how to house train your puppy in 48 hours, how to get more customers, sales and revenue without spending a single dime more in advertising. Use a clickbait ad, put it on your timeline, have people sharing it, make it curious enough and entertaining enough that people share, etc, etc. You know, so the next format, amazing news. The amazing news. People in most niches tend to keep track of their industry news and solutions. So when you see a headline claiming that something is new, you can bet you're going to drop whatever it is to go and have a look and see what it is. So new ways to lose weight shocks doctors, delights people everywhere. New scientific study reveals fast way to turn back the clock and look years younger. Or this just in, researchers discover a cure for baldness, but does it work? And once again, you've got curiosity as well as the amazing news. New this, new that. Twist on that, amazing old. And again, I like this one. It's one of my personal favourites. An amazing old headline. So people like learning new stuff, but a lot of people also like ancient secrets, natural remedies that have been around for years. So the headline takes something that's old, polishes it off and shows everybody how amazing it is. Examples: ancient Roman soldiers did this exercise to get fit. Now you can use it too. Again, curiosity. Well, what did the ancient Roman soldiers do? It's something old that, you know, obviously worked back then. So yeah, let's have a look. Or how a 2,000-year-old herb can make you look 10 years younger. Or a 100-year-old copywriting secret that can triple your conversions. That's why I like this old one, because in selling, having been a lifelong in sales, 20 odd years in direct sales, 10 years in management, and then obviously sales now, I've studied copywriting a lot, and a lot of the masters were from literally around 100 years ago. Obviously we've got the 60s, gave us the Mad Men and all the rest of it, but yeah, a lot of stuff from 100 years ago is still coming out today, and people put a twist on it and call it new, or they'll call it 100-old secret, and how it can work for you. So the idea is to take something old and make it new again. Give it a try. The final format, quick and easy solution, which everybody wants, don't we? No matter what the problem is, we're always looking for quick and easy ways to get relief or otherwise solve our problems. And if you can promise a quick and easy solution, people are going to be interested. So get rid of fleas fast in just one easy step, or discover the quick and easy way to ace your next math exam, or 3 tricks to safely, quickly and painlessly lose all the weight you want. The trigger words that work really well for that are quick, easy, simple, fast, lightning fast, amazingly simple, drop dead easy, and similar words and phrases, which again, if you're marketing online and you're on people's mailing lists, I'm sure every product you see usually will try and fit something like this into their title, and an easy whatever, or fast, or a simple, or an amazing, or a quick, or a drag and drop dead easy. You know, similar words and phrases, they work for us, don't they? So final ad copy tips. Plenty of headline formats there you can use for your ad copy. And the other tip, and again going back to my copywriting days, brainstorm dozens of headlines. And the reason we say that is when I write sales copy, everybody starts with a headline and then writes a sales copy and whatever. I used to start with about 20 headlines, then pick the one that I wanted to be my main headline. The rest of my headlines, this is a tip for you if you're ever doing sales pages, the rest of the headlines, don't throw them away and say, yeah, I've picked one that's going to work, I'm using this. Keep the rest of your headlines, because they can become subheads and they can become bullet points. So by writing out, you know, 12 to 20 headlines when you're doing your sales pages, you will then find you've got lots of content for further down your sales pages. And likewise on these clickbait ads, if you brainstorm dozens of headlines, you will find different ones that you can test, and you'll find some that you think, actually, yeah, I like that, but I also like this, or I can combine those two, and that will get your juices flowing, and next thing you know, you'll be away. So some further tips: test everything, provide a call to action, use caps to begin each word. You know, again, we always do this in headlines, and usually we'll put, oh, there we go, next one, quotes around it, speech marks. Oops, go back, and front load your headline. So a normal headline might be people are changing the way they diet, click here to find out why. A front loaded headline, shocking discovery changes the way celebrities diet, click here to find out why. People is sort of boring because it just covers ordinary people, and what's more curious than ordinary people, you know, switch it. And so we've switched from people to shocking discovery, and then we've switched people to celebrities because that's a little bit more exciting and sexy. So the two best words are out front, shocking discovery, and then, you know, people change to celebrities because it's more enticing. So go ahead and implement those tips as you're brainstorming and polishing your perfect headline. The next step to creating and distributing your clickbait videos and posts is create a high converting landing page. So again, landing page, if that looks cheap and nasty, then you're going to look that way. So again, use something professional. People do judge a book by the cover, or they'll judge your business on the quality of the video and the landing page. So, you know, either get LandingPage Monkey or pay somebody to get you a nice landing page. Step 4, get your ad in front of targeted prospects. So once you've got all your ad done, it's time to unleash it on the world. Where do you post it? The answer is everywhere. Everywhere your prospects are likely to see it. So good places to start, post it on your own blog, and then you can put it in your sidebar or at the end of a related content post. Do some testing, tweaking, see which placement on your site gets the most click-throughs. But again, show it to exiting visitors. And again, there's tools and software. We've got Pop-Up Monkey, we've got Capture Monkey, we've got lots of monkey tools that can help with that. Again, monkeyWebApps.com. Great way to capture them, keep them when you're leaving your site. So, oh, there you go, Capture Monkey as well. Pin it to Pinterest boards. On a relevant board, use relevant hashtags and ask your followers to repin it. Post it on Twitter again, ask your followers to retweet it, and post it on your Facebook page wall, and again ask people to share it. And then if you start getting good results, then you could look at possibly buying Facebook ads, and Facebook actually lets you target to your ads with laser precision, so you can pick your demographics out, what age group you want, what sex you want, what interests, very specific. So, you know, you can very highly targeted. Facebook is also specific about percentage of graphic that can be composed of text. So again, make sure you check. And you can also buy ads on related sites, and you can approach the site owners directly and just say, can I rent some ad space on your site or your blog or whatever you do a search on Alexa, see what sort of traffic they're getting. You could try finding ad space on sites like buyselads.com, or you could get on the Facebook and find other people of a similar level to yourself and say, do you want to do a co-promotion or a swap of some form? You show me yours, I'll show you. You show my ad, I'll show your ad. I'll put your ad on my thank you page, on my blog, or whatever. You put mine on yours. Any way you can think of. In other words, get your advert in front of as many people as possible. The more targeted your prospects are, the more targeted prospects you've got looking at your advert, the more click-throughs you're going to get. So wrapping up this section, you've learned the 4-step formula to driving massive traffic using clickbait videos and adverts and posts. And if it's good enough for the likes of HuffingtonPost, Stratify and the others, then you can bet it's something you should be trying. There always seems to be a but. And we genuinely hope you're excited at the thought of using the clickbait method to gain traffic, lists, sales and commissions. The but usually comes from subscribers who are starting out and haven't got to 3-figure paydays yet. So obviously doing something like this gives you that opportunity. If you can't get affiliates and recruit affiliates, or you're just doing affiliate marketing, then hopefully what we've talked about so far will help you to get some subscribers, you know, get the traffic, get the subscribers, build your list and make sales or commissions, and give you some cash. But if you want to move up from your 3-figure paydays to 4-figure paydays without creating more products, what do? Well, we did it by increasing our traffic to build our lists, to make more of our own sales and make good commissions promoting other offers that we feel are worthwhile to our lists. But we also have a lot of products, and we've invested a lot of time and money in creating them, and that's why you've got Promote Labs and Media Cattle here. You know, we teamed up because we all have our specific areas of expertise, and so poor old Simon does all our coding. We lock him away to create these software ideas that the other three of us brainstorm and say, this is what we want, now go code it. And we have created a lot of products, and we've put a lot of capital into creating those products. We also put money into support teams and all the rest of it. But not everybody can do that. So here's where we start looking at extra things. And one of the things that we looked at was, we've got a surprise coming up in a second, but it would give us an opportunity for us to send you more targeted traffic, and that way we can help you to build your lists and make you more sales. And we could do all this with no product creation stress, no delivery worries, and no support headaches. So that this just leaves you to focus on your CV method. And so I'm assuming that might be of interest. Tell me what people think so far. Have you picked something up from what we've said so far? Is this something you think you could do? Yeah, cool, fantastic, yes, yes, yes. Nice, great content, thanks very much for everything. Fantastic, yeah, so you're obviously all interested in doing that, and as I say, I know I went fast. We've got a lot to go into still, but that was my section, and with the replay hopefully you'll be able to take more detailed notes, and if nothing else, if you can implement that and start making some money, then everything else is just a case of building. Fantastic, yeah, thanks for all those comments, guys. So moving on, tonight we've got a special guest with us, and he can help take you to the next level. So the special mystery guest, some of you already guessed it because you were here very early at the start and saw his name. Known him for over 10 years. He is very, I don't know about loved, he's a nice guy, but yeah, highly respected in the industry. And he's an extra mile kind of guy. Oh, go on then, Dean, we love you really. So I'm going to hand over to Dean, and Dean's going to show you how you can move all that to the next stage. So,
hey Rand, how you doing? You alright?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're not sharing your screen there.
Well, let me share that then. Can everybody see my screen now? Is it showing up with my my face? My loved and respected face. Yeah, that was
so
awesome.
tempted, Dean. I was so tempted just before you get started. I really genuinely have, and all four of us actually have known Dean for many years, and three of us for a lot longer. And yeah, he is a very well loved and respected marketer these days. But yeah, we knew you when you were starting out, didn't we, mate? And I'm amazed at your progress over the years. I really am, Dean. And your mum, and I know you care a lot about what your mum thinks, but she really, really must be proud of what you've built up. So
absolutely.
There's Simon chipping in as well. So yeah, I mean, Dean is, you know, he started out, I don't want to spoil it actually, Dean, but yeah, from a marketer that was scrambling and clutching at straws to the business that you've built up, mate. I'm very impressed.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's
young whippersnapper that you are. So, yeah, please carry on, take over, mate.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you very much. I don't know about you guys, everybody here, but that was just some awesome content. And I guess if we're going to summarize everything that you guys have just seen there, ultimately, you've got a very powerful and actually, you know, quite step-by-step process to get yourself traffic in your business. Did everyone see that? Just make sure everybody's hearing me. Does everyone make sense of everything you've just seen there? And you understand that you've just learned exactly how to get traffic simply in your business. Does that sound good? You'd love that stuff? Well, here's the cool thing, right? You see, I'm really excited to get into this today now and kind of carry on what Randy's just been sharing there, because obviously we all need traffic, every single one of us, and now you know how to get that. But the truth is, just getting traffic is not going to actually start putting money in your bank account. And as I think I read a comment earlier on actually, because I've been here just as you guys have listening to that presentation. You know, everybody's in business to generate an income, right? Everybody's here to make money in your business. So now you know how to get the traffic. Who wants to learn what to do with that traffic? And I'm actually just going to completely strip my entire business down for you here over the next however long we're here on the rest of this presentation, and just show you exactly how I take traffic and turn it into, you know, multiple thousands of dollars every single day. And actually, I don't really personally, because of what I've built and what I'm about to teach to you, I don't actually have to do a lot anymore. I don't have to sell anything personally, and really I can work as little or as often as I want. So who sounds like they'd want to learn how to do that? Does that sound good to you? So with that said,
coming in too fast to even keep up.
Yeah, this is looking exciting. And guys, I'm going to make sure you're paying attention because I've got a bit of a quiz coming up for you, right? I'm going to put you to the test. So who wants to see how to start cashing in $1,000 plus commissions like clockwork, even if you're a newbie, even if you're here today and you've yet to make your first dollar online? Because just like Randy said, I've known these guys since before I was worse than struggling. Okay, and I've managed to figure this stuff out, and one of the major components you need is traffic, and you know how to get that. I'm going to now show you how to turn that traffic into massive paydays in your business, okay? And to really kind of kickstart this off, let me ask you a true or false question. So open that chat box that you've got on your screen and tell me, is this true or is this false? You can get rich online selling low-end digital products. When I say low-end, I'm talking about low price, not low quality, just lower priced, between 5 to 20 bucks. Is it true or is it false that you can get rich online selling those? So let's have a look. We've got a ton of people saying true. We've also got quite a lot of people saying false. Well, to all of you guys saying true, you actually got that wrong. You see, that's false. You got it wrong if you said true there. Now, of course, let's be obvious, let's be clear here. You can make some money, right? You can make some money selling low-priced products, but you'll only ever make a small fraction of your true potential. And let me emphasize what I mean here. Whenever I speak to any of my clients or potential clients, everybody talks about $10,000 a month. You know, say, how much money do you want to make? I want to make $10,000 a month. That'll change my life, right? So I want to talk about that figure for a moment. And that's actually something we'll focus on throughout the course of today. So if you want to make $10,000 a month, if you're only making 10 bucks for every sale you make, so you're making $10 commissions, you'll need to find 1,000 customers every single month in order to sustain that income. So every 30 days, 1,000 new people into your business. And I don't care who you are. That's not an easy thing. It's certainly not simple for most people, right? I don't even get 1,000 customers a month, and we made over $300,000 last month. Okay? Now, if on the other hand, you had a system like what I'm about to teach you, and you actually got paid big chunks of money, big commissions in your business for each sale, like $1,000, well, now you only need 10 customers a month. So you see, 10 customers compared to 1,000 is much, much simpler, right? It's a lot less. So it becomes a lot easier when you start to think about actually driving traffic using what you've just learned with Randy and actually making a lot more for those sales. Does that make sense? Does that sound like a good deal for you guys, that you're driving traffic anyway? Doesn't it make sense that you earn the most you can on that traffic rather than just tiny little commissions like every other affiliate on the internet is struggling to make? Does that sound sensible to you? Okay, well, let's look at that then with the next true or false. A lot of you got it right, some of you got it wrong last time. So true or false? Is making $1,000 plus sales difficult? So is making four-figure sales difficult? True or false? Tell me in the chat box. Okay, Terry says no, that's false. John says false. We got false, false, true, true. We got, okay, it's kind of 50-50 split. Well, this one's false as well. You see, using what you're about to learn, and I'll break it down step by step. It's actually only 5 steps to this. I'm actually releasing a book in about 45 days, so you guys are getting ahead of this, okay? We're having thousands of books printed at the moment. Now, using this process, it's no different to making that very first $10 or $20 sale. Okay, in fact, in some ways, it's actually easier, and that's one of the big things you'll learn here today. But do you have to be an expert to make those 4-figure sales? True or false? You have to be an expert to make 4-figure sales online. Is that true or is that false? Okay, so a ton of people saying true, a few people saying false. Well, to those of you that said false, you guys got it wrong as well. But I'll admit that was a bit of a trick question when I say this is true. You see, obviously you have to have some expertise to create a product that sells for premium prices to deliver upon that, right? That's obvious. You can't just throw up some crappy product and sell it for thousands of bucks. It's got to deliver the value, okay? But I'm going to share with you a solution later on today that allows anyone to make four-figure commissions without having to do it yourself. I mean, without having to create any products, without having to speak to anyone. But before we get there, I actually want to teach you all of this that we're doing in my business right now. So you're actually going to learn a ton of stuff over the next 45 minutes or so. You'll learn of the $600,000 mistake that I made that crippled my business. Now I guarantee, because there's a lot of people here, but I guarantee there'll be people on this webinar on track to make that exact same mistake right now. The question you've got to ask is, are you one of those people? But you're learning that in about probably 5 to 10 minutes. I'll also share with you the fastest and easiest way for you to bank 6 figures this year, not next year, not in the next 5 years, this year. I'll share with you the one page that you should be sending pretty much all of your traffic to and why that is. You'll learn of the 5 things that you need to have in place to make 6 figures in the fastest time possible. Okay? You'll learn how to create recurring income on complete autopilot. I'm actually probably one of the biggest fans of recurring income on the internet today, and I'll share with you why that is a little later. And you'll learn the big secret to making these 4-figure commissions I'm talking about with complete ease, and how you can actually do all of this, you'll learn towards the end, without ever creating a product of your own. So what I'm saying here is, even if you're new, never made $1 online yet, never got any of your own products, just starting out, you're going to probably get the biggest shortcut of your online business education you could ever possibly wish for in the next 30 to 60 minutes. And if you're somebody that's already making money, you're already getting results, things are happening, you'll learn how to scale that up quicker than you might even realize is possible right now, okay? Now, my promises to you are quite clear and simple, okay? I love being, I thrive on being transparent from the very beginning, so I will say to you that you must stay with me until the very end. There's really no point just getting half a picture, right? You need the full picture, every piece to the puzzle fitting in place on this call here tonight. And in doing so, in sticking with me, I'm going to give you the most incredible content to build your business to 6 figures and beyond faster than you might even realize is possible right now, okay? Now, in doing so, again, I'll just be very transparent here. I hope that this stuff and this training with us here tonight excites you so much that you'll actually be climbing over yourself to invest in a very special and unique opportunity that we'll all collectively be offering you on this call here tonight. And if that's the case, all of us together as a group, all 5 of us, have got some very, very special stuff coming up for the early action takers. So don't go anywhere, because you will kick yourself if you miss out on that. So as long as I deliver my promises to you, can we shake hands and get into the real stuff on this webinar here right now? And say that's a fair deal? As long as I deliver my promises, of course. Does that sound good? Just tell me in the chat box. I don't like to make assumptions. Can we make a deal on that right now? And Nick says, yup. Sure thing, says Ruth. Fair enough, says Mohammed. Well, with that said, let's do it, guys, because I'm going to share with you strategies and techniques here over the next few minutes that work incredibly well. I'm talking about building massive, powerful email lists into the hundreds of thousands. I mean, this is just my Infusionsoft shopping cart. I took this photograph actually a couple of weeks ago. I think we're about 180,000 now, but at this point, 163,779 leads and subscribers in that one account alone. That means you can drive traffic on demand and literally make money whenever you want when you've got a list like that. Who likes the idea of that? Who wants to see how that's done? Well, you'll learn it shortly, right? I'm also going to show you how you can have recurring income coming into your business on complete autopilot. It's literally, you set it up as part of this system. It's built into it. It's like one of the cogs in the machine I'm going to teach you we've built here tonight. And it just literally means recurring income sales get made every single day. So before you've even turned on the computer, if you turn it on at all, you know you've got money coming into your account. That's the ultimate freedom. And ultimately, as I mentioned to you earlier, there's 5 parts to this system that I'm going to teach you here today. And when you bring those 5 parts together, which you'll learn all of them, these are the types of results we're seeing in my business. And like I say, I can work 0 minutes of every day if I want, or I can work 24 hours if I want. Whatever I choose to do, this money still comes in. That's why you see this is relentless consistency, 7 days a week. This isn't a quick 7-day launch and then everything fades off. This is very different to what most people are doing on the internet and very different to what you've likely ever seen before. So who's excited to learn how to do this? Well, I'm looking forward to teaching it to you guys. So let's get into this. Now, I appreciate when I'm showing you the types of results we're getting now, you can almost get carried away and forget where it all came from. So I want to just kind of take a step back a moment, right? Because I wasn't just some kid that was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and instantly hit success. In fact, as Randy said earlier when he introduced me, I was worse than struggling some time ago. You see, I began this whole process, this whole journey into online marketing quite staggeringly a long time ago now, actually, looking back, 2004. I mean, that's insane, right? How quick does time go? Now, in my first 4 years, I was nothing unique. I was that same old guy, that same person you read about, that stupid, naive newbie that buys everything, doesn't follow through with much, and just keeps throwing money at stuff without getting any real help. You know, no mentoring, no coaching, just picking up products left, right, and center and throwing money after money. And that got me in a hellhole of debt, to be quite truthful. I mean, I was in my mid-20s, had 5 credit cards, 2 bank loans, in debt up to my eyeballs to the tune of 60 grand, a little over 60 grand actually. And worst of all, and I really resonate if anyone's in this position now, none of my family or friends knew about the mess I was in. So nobody knew at all. So I was living this complete lie at the time because I was so ashamed and I was so afraid because I never really knew how I was going to turn things around. But in a final attempt, I did that thing that everybody says you should do. It's kind of cliche, right? You've got to go and get a mentor. And you hear it all the time, right? You need a mentor, you need a mentor. Well, actually, you do need a mentor, and I proved that. You see, towards the end of 2008, I joined a coaching program. There was about 600 people on every webinar for about 8 weeks, and every week I was taught something new and went away and applied it. And I learned how to build up a presence on the internet, which was starting my blog. This is the very first blog post I wrote. You'll see it, October 20th, 2008. I said I'd made nothing. Bear in mind, this is after 4 years. And I actually set a goal to make a single dollar, not because that's all I wanted to make, but actually I just wanted to prove that it could be done. Can anyone relate with that? You've tried for so long and never seen much of a result back, if anything, and you just want that validation that actually you can do this. It's not just some elusive dream that only a select few get to experience. You just want to prove that you can get results too. You can use the internet to change your life, okay? And I even spelled earnings wrong in the post, right? So you don't even have to spell. Just in case we've got anyone here with bad grammar, poor spelling, look, you can have that. That's cool, right? And the truth is, I learned how to use that blog to start getting traffic, to start building an email list, and to start making commissions as an affiliate by doing that process. And as you've already learned from Randy earlier on today, how to get traffic, you've already got a massive piece of the puzzle in place. Okay, you just have to learn with me here now, the rest of this presentation, how to complete this picture. And thankfully, because I got that help, I was able to finally start making commissions. And have you ever heard people talk about getting rich quick online? It's kind of like a cliche thing, isn't it? It's kind of like an overhyped expression that you turn and run away from when you hear. Well, I will tell you that it took me 4 or 5 years to get rich quick, but when it did happen, I was able to go from nothing to making over $500,000 within about 18 months. Okay, so it really can happen pretty quickly once you know the process. And this is actually what happened to me in 2010. Bear in mind, by almost the start of 2009, I was in 60 grand's worth of debt, never made anything in over 4.5 years, and went to this. And I made over $600,000 that year. Look at February. I mean, $115,602 in a month. That was more than I would make in about 5 years in my previous job. And I did what any kind of mid-20-year-old lad would do. I packed my bags, quit my job, packed the suitcase, and I went traveling the world. And I guess I was living the life that I'd always read about for so long. You know, you visit those sales pages of products and you see these gurus traveling the world, like the laptop lifestyle. Well, that's what I thought the internet was all about. And so I went off and I lived that life. But although this story might sound good, you know, and everybody talks about the good, I want to give you the full story here today because I messed up. I completely screwed it up, and I hit what I now call my inglorious crash and burn. You see, coming back to this screenshot, guys, can you just notice, I highlighted February 2010 a moment ago, 115,000, but look at the months after that. Can you see what happened? Literally, my business, my income, my livelihood, my living was plummeting by tens of thousands a month. All the way down to the end of that year. I mean, it stops, this screenshot does at December, but within a couple of months of 2011, this business, this income stream was completely gone. And whilst I thought my life had changed forever, whilst I thought I was just going to be rich and that was it, nothing was ever going to take this success from me, I'd built my business ultimately on quicksand, and everything was falling away from me. And actually ended up so bad that in 2011, I came back from traveling the world, moved back into my parents' house, and actually had to figure out everything from scratch from this tiny little spare room at my mum's house. And I remember sitting there trying to figure out what on earth I'd done so wrong. Because what I'd ultimately created was a way to make a bunch of money, but unless I was there working my ass off 10, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, my business was declining. My income was going down. And would you agree? Nobody wants a business like that, right? And ultimately, I started to replan everything. And I realized I needed a business that was sustainable, that was scalable, and that could run with or without my involvement. Now, who likes the sound of having a business that runs that way? Who likes the sound of that structure? Sustainable, scalable business that can run with or without you. Doesn't that sound like the ultimate thing? I think it does, right? And so that's what I set out to figure out. But I had pressure on at this stage, remember, because I didn't have a job anymore. And I'd made a ton of money, but I blew it all, right? I was a young, stupid kid, and I spent a ton of money, and I ended up broken, right? So I had to really look at what everyone else was doing. This is what I saw was the shortcut to build my business back up. What was everyone else doing, and how could I take what everyone else was doing successfully and apply it to myself to get the ultimate shortcut to build my business back up? And that's when I realized there's really three main things that everyone else online is doing. Most people online, should we say. And that's these three business models you see on your screen. You've got the product launch business model, and we'll talk about these in a moment, because I want to actually help you leave this webinar today knowing exactly what's the right direction for you to go. I'm all about doing the thing that's going to get you the results in the quickest possible time. There's no point dragging your heels, right? You need to go from where you are to where you want to be in the quickest time possible. So we'll look at the product launch business model for you. We'll also look at the affiliate marketing business model, and we'll also look at product licensing as a business model as well, these three things. So firstly, product launches. Now you'll know, Randy and the team here, I've already spoke about the fact that they create awesome software products, they do product launches, and they build a very successful business doing that. And of course, launches can work great. Now the thing is, people in Randy and Simon and Jeremy's positions, they can build their business very successfully that way because they've done this a long, long time. They know a lot of people in the industry that can back them up, promote their products. And they've got people like Simon, the coder behind the scenes, like Randy was talking about, that can create these things himself. But the problem is for most people is that this isn't necessarily the best way to start because there's a few drawbacks here that we need to be aware of. First, you need to have the experience and skills to come up with new ideas regularly. But above all, I would say the biggest killer for most people with this business model is they don't have what Promote Labs and Media Kettle have. They don't have the relationships with affiliates and joint venture partners. And the truth is, let me just level with you here, without those relationships in place, you're going to have a very hard time selling your product. So just out of interest, I know this won't be the case for 100% of people here, but for those of you that are listening to this, do you agree with me that right now, the product launch business model probably isn't the best route for you to go right now to start building your business to get results in the quickest time possible. Do you agree? Yes, CB says agree, Mike says yes, Ruth says yes, Mohammed definitely says Nick. Not now for sure, says Terry. Well, with that said, it's something you're aware of and can use in future, but let's push that to one side at the moment, right? Let's push that out of the way. So the next business model we need to look at then is probably what everybody starts out with, right? I'm sure you agree with that. And that's the affiliate marketing business model. And truth be told, I actually think affiliate marketing is the easiest and best route for anybody to start out online making commissions and starting to get results, because the benefits are clear, right? You don't need to be the one with that experience to create the products. You don't need to have copywriting experience like Randy's got there with the sales pages and videos. You don't need the technical experience to build upsell sequences or deal with customer support. I mean, I can't do all of this stuff. I have a full team of people. I spend tens of thousands a month to have all of those things in place. But as an affiliate, you just get to drive the traffic and bank the cash. Now, does that sound like something that you've probably been trying already, right? Anybody here been trying affiliate marketing so far in their business? Because it's so appealable, it's the quicker route, and you've seen that and you've understood that that's probably one of the fastest ways to go. However, incidentally, David's just said, yes, I've tried it and I'm failing. Because here's the thing that nobody's talking about in this business. And I'm probably one of the only people that ever speaks of this stuff because, quite frankly, I don't need to hide it. The problem is, with affiliate marketing today, is you need two things. You need to be able to get targeted traffic, which you guys are one step ahead now because of what Randy's just taught you. But the other thing that you need is you need high converting offers to send it to that pay you enough to turn a profit on your traffic. Now the truth is, and this will always be the case and historically has been, with the demand for traffic ever increasing, the cost of traffic will only ever go one way, and what's that? Up. So the truth is, anybody here now can go and get as much traffic as you want like that. You can use what Randy's just taught you. You can go and buy traffic, and you can get it on demand. Within literally hours from now, you can have traffic hitting any website you like, and you could pay $1 per visitor, for example. But if you only get, let's say, $5, $10, $20 for every sale you make, and that's the only option you have as an affiliate, which is what most people have, good luck driving traffic and turning a profit. You might get 100 visitors for $100, but you only get $20 back. How long are you going to carry that game on for? It's the quickest way to go broke. And that's the problem affiliates are facing today. If you don't have lists, you can go and get traffic, but if you don't earn enough back, you're going to go into debt. You're going to go into negative. Does that make sense? Does everyone see what I'm saying there? Has anybody just had a light bulb moment as to why you may be struggling with affiliate marketing today in 2016? Because the truth is, these problems have been getting worse and worse and worse as the years have gone on. And today we find ourselves in a position where it is very, very difficult for the average person to turn up online today and immediately start cashing in big as an affiliate, because there's a big problem there that nobody's addressing. Well, the good news is, guys, and you're going to be really having a transformation over the next 30 minutes, is I will give you the solution to this today. Okay, so if you've ever struggled as an affiliate, that's going to be solved for you today. Okay, that is fact. You see, to emphasize my point, I want you to take this analogy away from this session today. I call it the iceberg effect. Now, you may or may not know. If you don't, just look at your screen. It's right there staring you in the face. With an iceberg, the bulk of the ice is actually found beneath the surface. That's why you have the expression, the tip of the iceberg. Well, in affiliate marketing, traditional affiliate marketing online today, affiliates like you and I, when we can choose to promote a product and drive traffic, we only benefit from what I would classify as the tip of the iceberg. These are the low-value products that sell for $5, $10, $27, $37, $40, something like that. We might get a 50 to 75% or 100% commission on those low-priced products if we're lucky. But the truth is, after you've promoted somebody's product, they're then going to take those customers that they paid you $5 or $10 for, and they're then going to sell them something that is $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. I mean, in my business, we're just putting together a $75,000 program. Obviously, it's not for most people, but if I've given you as an affiliate and you've promoted my product and I give you 10 bucks, do you think I'm laughing all the way to the bank when somebody buys my $75,000 program and you get nothing? There's the problem that I see with affiliate marketing. Okay, and I want you to remember that analogy, the iceberg effect, because if you're to make it big and actually succeed online, you need to be benefiting from the entire thing, the full business, even what's beneath the surface not seen, okay, which you'll learn what that is shortly. But finally, I want to talk about another business model that I see people using online. And remember, this is all when I was analyzing it, looking for the fastest way to build my business back up. And that's product licensing. Now, you might not be aware of what product licensing is actually. So let me just explain quickly. You see, what product licensing means is, let's imagine that I've got a product that I've created and I sell that product for $1,000. So every time I make a sale, I get paid $1,000. Now, if I'm offering the opportunity for people to license my product from me, then you could pay me a licensing fee and I would provide you with everything that you need to resell that product and keep all the money. Okay, so you would get the download files, the sales videos, the graphics, every single thing that you need. I'd hand it all to you, and now instead of you earning, say, a 30% affiliate commission, every time you sell it, you keep all the money, $1,000 every time. So you sell one a day, you've got $1,000 a day, right? Wouldn't that be good? Okay, so there's the huge benefit here, and I looked at this and I was like, well, that's got to be the quickest way to build my business back. Buy the licensing rights to some high-ticket products, some expensive premium price products, and sell them every single day. Because all I need to do then is get traffic to them, and I'll start making a lot of money, right? Now, the only drawbacks, because I'd like to give you the positives and negatives, as I've just done with both business models previously, you do have to handle all the technical stuff, like the setting up of the websites, the hosting of everything, dealing with the customer support, the downloading, the deliverabilities to the customer, and all that stuff that, I don't know about you, but I'm not necessarily the best with technical stuff myself. I have to pay quite a lot of money for people to do this stuff for me. And also, in case you're considering doing product licensing, you should be aware that you might expect to pay 10 to 20 times the sale price of the product. So in the example I just used, if you're going to license my $1,000 product off me, for example, you might pay me $10,000 to do that, to get that one product with everything that you need. But once you've sold 10 copies, you've broke even, and now if you continue selling that, you're going to make a ton of profit, okay? That's why usually those investments are very worthwhile. So you've got product launching, you've got affiliate marketing, and you've got product licensing. So you need to consider all of these things, the positives and negatives, when you decide what's the best route for you to go. And we already spoke about most people here today ruled out product launches. And I think a lot of people were more excited by the affiliate marketing business model, but we do have to be very clear in saying there's a few problems with those. And, well, you see, the thing is, once I started building my business back up in 2011, I built this process, this system, if you like, that's now gone on to completely change my entire business model, my entire life, to be truthful with you, and those of the people that actually use this system as well. And in the end, it became almost like a hybrid of everything else that other people are doing online. You see, product launches, they have their benefits, but they have their problems. Affiliate marketing, they have their benefits, they have their problems. Product licensing of high-ticket products have their benefits, but they have their problems. So what I actually did about 2 to 3 years ago, I built a superior new solution in the marketplace that takes all the best bits and combines them together and levels the playing field for even the clueless of newbies to use to start building a six-figure business on the internet, giving you everything that you need. And it's actually something I call iPro. Now, we will talk about that a little later on, but before we get there, I actually want to just break down my entire business model for you, piece by piece, so you see exactly how it works. Because it's actually, once it's built, all you have to do is pour traffic into it. And as you already know how to do that, I think this should be really, really exciting for every single one of you here now, okay? So, let me make sure you're paying attention with this stupidly obvious question, right? If anyone gets this wrong, I might just kick myself off this webinar now, okay? If you had the choice, remember, we've all got to drive traffic. So in driving the traffic, if you had the choice between being paid $10 for each sale or $1,000 for each sale, which would you choose? A or B? I almost feel ridiculous asking the question. I just want to make sure you're paying attention, right? Because anyone in their right mind, any marketer driving traffic, as we all must do, would choose to be paid the most they can on their traffic, right? Otherwise, you're just throwing money down the drain. Because making high-ticket product sales that earn you $1,000 or more for every sale you make is undoubtedly the fastest and easiest way to $100,000 and more every year on the internet. Don't ever, ever let anyone tell you any different, because look at it like this. The formula, and you want to write this down, okay? Write this down, burn this into your mind. Heck, go to bed tonight dreaming about this formula. Targeted traffic plus conversions equals cash in the bank. That's it. And anybody here share my feelings that I used to have in the past, that this whole business seems so damn complex and you get so lost and buried in information you just do not know what to do next or where to turn or where to focus your time? And maybe you're spending countless hours on the computer every day and you're getting more and more lost and confused. Anybody here relate with that? Well, let me strip it bare for you right now. This formula in front of your very eyes is all you have to be able to do. This is it. Drive targeted traffic to high converting offers. You will make sales and put money in your pocket. That is it. Which I know sounds simple. And there's a process to this that you're about to learn. So what we're saying here is, this is the holy grail of your business from today onwards. You need a method of attracting targeted traffic. You need a system that converts that traffic into sales and cash. But it doesn't stop there. You also need a process that takes those people and leads them towards high-ticket commissions in your business. That is how you'll have four-figure paydays online. Get targeted traffic, turn it into sales and cash, and lead those customers that bought the first product to high-ticket commissions for four-figure paydays on the internet. Does that sound good? Who wants to see how that's done? Ruth says, yes, I do. Because I'm not the only non-genius that's figured this out. Look, I'd love to sit here today and be like, I'm the only guy that's figured this stuff out. But the truth is, there's a ton of us out there that's cracked this. Ryan Dice, a company, digital marketer, I really respect these guys. They do tens of millions of dollars a year, look. And you know how they do it? They place ads on the internet to get their targeted traffic. They send that targeted traffic to lower priced offers so they get customers and start making money. And then they lead those customers to high-ticket offers. In this example, what you're seeing on your screen, they sell them a $25,000 coaching program. You don't need many $25,000 sales to make good money, do you? In fact, you get 4 a year, one every 3 months, and you made 6 figures a year, right? Because again, I want to ingrain this in your mind, folks. There is no faster and easier way to bank $100,000 or more than through high-ticket product sales. In other words, because we're going to stick with this, 6 figures. Who wants to make 6 figures this next 12 months in their business? Anybody making less than 6 figures, right? So look at it this way. To make 100 grand on the internet in a year, so we've got 365 days for you to do this in a year, you could make 10,000 sales in a year that paid you $10 each. You made 100 grand, right? You got 10,000 customers to do it, but you made 100 grand. You could, on the other hand, find 1,000 people next year to buy a product that pays you $100 each. You still made $100,000 doing that, right? Or you could, on the other hand, find a premium price product that pays you $1,000 each, and find just 100 people to buy that product over a year period. And you've made $100,000. So which of those do you think looks easiest? 10,000 customers, 1,000 customers, 100 customers? Tell me in the chat box. Okay, everybody's saying 100. Well, guess what? You guys are wrong. I've tricked you. I've led you into a trap. I tricked every single one of you because guess what? Who'd be excited to know there's an easier way than that? Who'd be excited to know you don't have to do any of those things? Mike says, stop playing with me. Look at this. I'm going to show you the easier way, the smarter way. And that's to do what I call automate and serialize your sales. Look at this. What you're going to do here is get 1,000 people to buy a low-price product that sells for $10. Then you've made $10,000. But what you've got that's more important there than the $10,000 is the 1,000 customers. Because you've got those on your email list now, right? You've got 1,000 people that want what you have to offer. So if just 400 of them bought a slightly more valuable product that paid you $100 each, which is 40% of your customers, you've made another $40,000. And then if just 5% of your customers, because you've still got 1,000 customers, so then if just 5% of them buy a premium price product that pays you $1,000, well, you just made 100 grand, my friend. Who sees how that works? Does this make sense? Are you guys getting this? You've got 1,000 customers that spend $10 with you. You've got 40% of them just to spend another $100. And you got just 50 of your 1,000 customers to buy a more premium price product. Bearing in mind, every single one of these products is something they need and they want in their business. Something that helps them, something that solves a problem. And you just made 6 figures. Now, who's starting to get a clear view on how this whole business works? Who's starting to understand how it doesn't have to be so complicated? You just need a few of the right things in place. And I want to show you something. You see, this is the exact approach that I've taken in my business for several years now. And I'm not showing this to brag or boast. If I wanted to do that, I could show you 6-figure days that we've had over the last couple of months. But I'm just going to show you average days. I've just picked a few of them, look. Different products, selling at different prices, but every single day having sales of each. So you'll see here on October 30th last year, we actually had $7 sales, $4.95 sales, $19.95, $2,000 sales, $3,000 sales, $1,100 sales, $47 sales. But if you add all that up, you've got thousands of dollars, right? And this is just every single day. I mean, I just grabbed just random days just to show you. November, $20, $5, 47, $5.99. I mean, that one's probably only about $1,000, $1,200 a day. Okay, November 4th, again, $4.95, $2,000, $197, $21.95. Different products, different prices, collectively making sales of all of them every single day. November 9th, exactly the same thing. You've probably got $6,000, $7,000 that day. And then February 15th, maybe, what, $1,200, $1,300 that day. February 17th, you can see there, $4,500, I don't know, $4,000, $5,000 that day. Just every single day. In fact, it's all day, every day, 7 days a week. And when you can do that, and more importantly, you have a system that turns traffic into high-ticket sales like this does, you can change your life very, very quickly. So who's ready to see exactly how I'm doing this? And the 5 main pillars that make up this entire business system that turns traffic into automated, serialized product sales 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Who wants to see how it's done? I need a sip of my drink, so you guys need to tell me you're ready to see this. Otherwise, we'll just sit here, because I already know. Terry says, me. Absolutely, says Lou. Welcome to the show, my friend. All right, guys. Well, let's do this. You see, what I've built, and you need to really start taking notes here, right? Pull out that pen and paper, switch off the distractions. This is where you do not want to miss a single second of this, right? Because you miss a piece, the thing won't work. All right? Pay attention, take notes, and watch and listen to everything I'm saying. You see, I've created a unique, very powerful sales funnel system. Okay, now a sales funnel, I know everybody's talking about sales funnels, right? Who's heard of sales funnels? I'm sure you have, so I won't insult your intelligence by going on about this for ages, but just so everybody knows, a sales funnel, basically an online marketing sales funnel, is really just a sequence of steps. It's a range of products that are based around a specific topic that all solve a problem or collection of problems. Does that make sense? Does that make total sense to everybody? You understand that? Okay, so basically the offers within a sales funnel are put together in a very specific sequence, a very particular order. Okay, it's not just random, it's very specific, and this is why it works so well. It leads people through a systematic process, step by step by step. Okay, now each product in this range that I'm going to walk you through here now not only increases in value for the customer, meaning the more they choose to buy, the more problem help they get, okay? The better their life becomes, actually. But also, the more they buy, obviously, the more money you're going to make. So I love to think of this as like a win-win situation. Your customers get what they need, and you get more money, okay? It just wins. Everybody wins. You're almost just becoming a connector. You're connecting people with the solutions to their problems, and you're getting rich in the process. Doesn't that sound awesome? It certainly does to me. Well, as I said, there's 5 steps or 5 sections to the sales funnel formula. And in each one of the steps is a different type of product, a different type of offer that we're going to give. Now, I'll just say right from the start, because I don't want anybody to assume you've heard all of this and switch off. There is going to be some of the steps here, especially the first few, that you'll be more than familiar with, because you've there's no doubt that you've probably seen many of them, okay? So, what you need to do, though, is take note on all of them, because without one, the next one won't work so well, okay? So pay attention here now as I walk you through this, because step number 1, the first part that we need to achieve, the first thing we're going to do is give away a free product. Now, I bet every single one of you here today has downloaded many a free product in your time, right? You've seen ebooks, you've seen reports, you've seen videos, you've seen checklists, you've seen a whole manner of things that you've given your email address over in order to access for free, correct? Everybody agree with me there? I know I certainly have, right? It's how I got on all those email lists for many years. So I know we all have. So you understand this first part very well, which is why I don't need to spend too long on here, because you get it. So all we're going to do, though, okay, today is the day you become the entrepreneur. Okay, you go from being the guy landing on the pages, opting in all the time, downloading the products, to becoming the person driving the traffic, getting others to download the products to benefit your business. Okay, today the transition happens. You become an entrepreneur, not a prospect today. All right, so you're going to be able to drive traffic to a squeeze page to have that traffic captured and put onto your email list. All right, and you already know, what does building a list do for you? It's going to make you money, right? That's what it's going to do. So the first step is we're going to attract prospects, leads into our business, onto our email list. Because when we've got those, the next thing we're going to do is move them right on over to step number 2 in this process, which is what we call a front-end product. Now again, I'm pretty sure everybody here is familiar with what I would reference as a front-end product. It's basically a lower price product, usually in the region of $5 to $20, sometimes a bit more. But usually speaking, we're talking about anything under about $50 here as a front-end product. Anybody here bought a front-end product before? Yes, Mohammed, very correctly true. Often referred to as a tripwire style product. a front-end product, a low-ticket product, a tripwire product, something low-priced that you basically buy and get value from, hopefully, right? Now, the cool thing with this is, what we're doing, we're taking somebody from being a prospect and turning them into a customer by giving them this low-risk, low-price product offering. And we're transforming them into a customer. Now, the cool thing is, remember I keep saying about having something that runs round the clock, 24/7, round the world? Well, that's the cool thing about this. Once we set these things up, we've set up the squeeze page. People can join our list 24 hours a day. We've set up the front-end offer, the sales page, the processes, the system to deliver it. And people can be buying our products 24 hours a day. I guarantee you, when I rest my head on my pillow tonight, I'll still be making money. And you can do that too once you've got the right things in place. Okay, so we're going to sell our front-end product from our sales page, and our system will automatically then deliver that product to the customer. Right? It's very, very cool, very automated when it happens. So that's the first two steps. Do you see what's happened so far? Just tell me if you're following along. You've driven traffic to a squeeze page. You're building a list of prospects, targeted leads, people that may be interested in what we have to offer further down the line in the funnel. Now, the second step is to offer them a low-price product, to turn them into a customer, to get buyers into our business. That's where the money starts being made. Everybody following along? You get those first two steps? Stuart says, I'm following. Awesome. Good stuff. So step number 3 is where we're going to do what every business pretty much does, and that's to upsell our customers. Everybody understand the concept of upselling. You go in a restaurant, your waiter, your server says, hey, would you like any sides? You go to McDonald's, that famous saying, like front-end products. You can buy these, and your customers will buy these, and you will make money from these things 24 hours a day, because people can buy them from online sales pages. And what these do, every time a customer increases the value they got by adding on an additional product, you're maximizing the amount of money you make off every single customer you get in. And you're generating repeat customers. Does that make sense? Again, I know this stuff probably seems quite straightforward at this stage, right? And it really is. The problem for most people is actually creating the products, building the pages, writing high-converting sales pages. You know, that's the tough part, right? But we'll talk about that in a short while. But you're following along with the process. You understand now. You've built a list, you've got buyers, and people are now spending more money with you. You just went from making $10 to making $200 in minutes with every single customer. Now things are getting exciting. You see, these final 2 steps in the funnel system, these are my favorite. These are the 2 that have changed my life. You know, I'm going to be honest. Building a list of leads, that didn't make me rich. What happens here has changed my life. Now, step number 4 is to offer a membership style product to our customers. And I will tell you straight up, this is one of the most important of all income streams you'll have in your business. And I'll tell you now, if you are trying to build a business on the internet, or you are building a business on the internet, and you don't have recurring income as part of your process and plan, then you're crazy. Because you must have recurring income in your business. It brings stability, and it gives you the most freedom, the largest amount of freedom you could ever have. Do you know how nice it is to know you can take 2 weeks off on vacation and still make $500,000 a day? Can you imagine what that feels like? That's what's possible with a membership type product. Now just to check I'm not going insane here, who wants recurring income in their business? Just tell me in the chat box. Am I going crazy? Am I the only one that sees that? Stuart says, hell yeah. Absolutely, right? And here's the thing, right? I love to show this breakdown because sometimes people think, well, I'd love to have memberships or recurring, but I don't know if I could get thousands of people in a membership site. You don't need thousands of people in a membership site. If you had a membership site, even that was just low priced at $47 a month, just look how quick the money begins to stack, right? 10 members. It's actually so pathetically low to get 10 members in a membership site. It's such a small number that I'm not going to shout home and get you excited about that, but it's nearly $500 a month. You know, that could probably cover some bills, right? $500 a month in recurring, that could cover the mortgage, cover the rent, I don't know. But then when that starts to grow, and with the entire sales funnel system I'm teaching you here now, believe me, it grows. It grows every day. When you're putting people, traffic through this process, it grows automatically. So when you've got 50 people, look, now you're talking about $2,350 every month, $28,000 a year. In my previous job, before I quit that in 2009, I didn't earn $28,000 a year. I had to work 7 till 6. It's 5 or 6 days a week. But look, when you've got 100 members, nearly $5,000 a month in recurring income, and that's just 100. One of my memberships right now is $47 a month. We've got about somewhere between 700 to 800 people in that. I haven't checked recently, in actual fact, just because it just kind of happens. But that's one of our memberships. We've got a $97 a month membership that has maybe 110, 112 people in it. Because when you have recurring income built into these types of sales funnels, it gets very, very exciting. You know, people often say, Dean, what gets you so excited, though, about recurring income? I get it. Recurring income is great, but what makes you so passionate about it? Well, here's one of the reasons. You know, last year, me and my now fiance, we decided to actually stop renting. We decided we was going to buy our first home, and we was, you know, it's only the two of us. We've not got children as yet, and we started looking at kind of 2 or 3 bedroom homes somewhere around near where we live. Actually, we lived in a city in England. I live in the UK. But then we saw this house this one day, this house on your screen, and it was like way out in the countryside. There's literally just a huge open field next to me. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's so peaceful, so relaxing. There's literally like 6 houses on my whole street, on my whole block, as you might call it in the States. 6 homes, that is it. And this is like a 5 bedrooms, you know, double garage. It's huge. Actually, I'm speaking to you from where those 2 double garage doors are right now. This is, we've actually converted that into like a video studio and home office. That's where I'm talking to you from live now. Now, we actually went to see this, not because we thought we could ever afford it or do it, but actually just because we thought, let's go and see what it's like. And we fell in love with it, okay? We fell in love with this. And we actually came away from there thinking, what are we going to do to get that house? We have to get that house. It was like, it just consumed us. And you know what we did? Within 6 weeks, we figured out that if we put X amount of people into a membership, then we could just move into that house, have the mortgage and all the bills paid for just by recurring income. And you know what we did? We went in with blind faith. We put an offer in on the house. It got accepted. And before we moved into that house, all the bills and mortgage payments were covered. Now, doesn't that sound awesome? Doesn't that sound like something that you should be building up your recurring income to do, to pay for all your expenses? Okay, that's what I want for you guys. And that's what recurring income can do for you too, okay? You build it into your business like that, it can get you whatever you want. Houses, cars, vacations, that's what it can do. But we're not done yet. You see, we've got one final stage here in the funnel. And this is something we've been building up to all throughout the course of this presentation, and that is high-ticket product sales. Now, having heard what you've heard already today, who wants high-ticket commissions in their business? Just tell me in the chat box, guys, who wants high-ticket commissions? Does that sound like the shortcut that you're looking for to go from where you're at now to where you want to be? You're crazy if you're not saying yes right now, right? Well, just to be clear, if it hasn't been made obvious so far, high-ticket product sales are basically stuff that sell for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, things like that, and more. It's the most valuable of any offer you could ever possibly give. It's basically the biggest help or the biggest value that you can sell to your customers. Okay, it's typically the best value and result for your customer. You know, when people join my, $5,000 or $10,000 kind of program that we've got, it's some of the best value that we can give. And I always strive then to make sure that people get 10 times their investment back from me compared to the value they invested. And that just breeds happy customers and clients. And that's what we're looking to do here with you. Okay, really make sure you get maximum value from this entire thing. Now, what we've just spoke about with the other 4 types of offers, hope you're following along, right? You guys still getting this? You understand everything we said? You've got those 4 previous steps, yeah? Not lost anybody at all, I hope not. Because this next bit's a bit different. You see, this next part's kind of where we change things up a little bit. You see, with all the other products, you can just sell those on sales pages. You know, you've got the squeeze page, you've got the sales pages for the front-end offers, the upsells, the membership. They're just like websites. They're like just cogs in the machine that just turn and run themselves like this automated process. And with high-ticket product sales, you know, we've sold high-ticket products from, you know, $1,000. Like I say, we're currently building out a $75,000 program. And we've done things in a whole manner of ways over the years. We've tried selling them on webinars, on sales pages, just like other products, live webinars, automated webinars. And although to a certain degree that can work with some things, up to a certain kind of price point, if you like, I decided about 2-3 years ago to start trying something new. I began learning from some, you know, very successful mentors. And I began to implement what's now gone on to become probably the secret weapon to my success. So if you're ready for the secret weapon, the bit that nobody talks about again, the one piece that's probably made me the most money and given the most value to the marketplace that I've ever done, is this. Implementing a phone follow-up consultation type service in my business. Now just to be clear here, I'm not talking about some boiler room pressurized sales place. Nobody wants that. I don't even want to be involved in none of that crap. And I know nobody wants those types of calls. I don't, right? I'm talking about something totally different. And I want to explain this to you. Take this webinar right now. There's one of me here presenting to you at this moment in time, and there's a ton of people listening and watching in, right? So I would call that like a one-to-many teaching environment. It's kind of like being in a classroom, right? There's one lecturer or one teacher, and there's a ton of students in the class listening and taking note, right? We're kind of in the same environment now. But let me put it this way. As much as you're getting a ton of value from this, you know, if you was to be put in a room with kind of me and the Promote Labs and the Media Kettle team, all 5 of us and you sat in a room together, do you think you could get even more value from being in a kind of one-on-one environment like that, even more so than you can here on this webinar? Do you agree with that? Because then we could actually have a real kind of informal one-on-one discussion. I could say, hey, tell me what you're doing. You know, tell me where you're struggling. Tell me what I can help you with. Explain what you want to achieve. And I can give you a lot more personalized help. Does that make sense to everyone? Just tell me in the chat box so you get what I'm talking about here. And this is what we discovered, right? That it is categorically the best way to help someone. There is no better way than to help someone than to speak one-on-one with them. And in doing so, guess what naturally happens? You know a percentage of those people we speak to, guess what they say? They say, Dean, or actually to my team, they say to John or to Louis or to whoever else they're speaking to in my company, they say, John, can I join one of Dean's programs? What have you got available? And we can say, well, based on what you've said, this is what I'd actually recommend. And we have indeed got spaces available at the moment. And we explain it to them and we tell them all about the program. We explain the investment. And then guess what? They say, yes, let's do it. Or no, thank you. That's probably not for me. But thanks, I'll get back to you. And a percentage of people we speak to go ahead and join our programs. And that's why every day we get $20 sales, $200 sales, $5,000 sales, $4 sales, a whole spectrum of sales. Because it works like this. Let me walk you through this piece by piece. This is everything I do to make up to $311,000 a month. The first step is we drive traffic into the funnel system using one of our many traffic strategies. And you already know how to get traffic now. That's the cool thing. Randy kind of really did a great job of leading up to me in this webinar because he taught you to get the traffic. Okay, and I got to come in and just kind of complete the package. Right? Now, when you're driving traffic to the entry point, which is the squeeze page, a percentage of those people give you their email address to get the free product. Right? Now you're building a list. Now you can follow up with those people to do what? Turn them into customers. And you do that with step 3 here. Because a percentage of your leads buy the front-end product. And a percentage of those customers buy the upsell or upsells. A percentage of the customers join the membership. A percentage of customers apply for a call with my team, and a percentage of customers we speak to buy our back-end programs. Now I just want you guys to just open that chat box for a quick hot second, hot minute, whatever you would say, and just tell me, does that make sense? Do you see it clearly? I want to make sure you've got complete clarity on how you're going to make a ton of money on the internet. Just tell me, guys, does it make sense? Do you see this? Are you guys really getting this? I want to make sure that you have the most clarity you've ever had in your business before. David said, I was blind, but now I see. Now I see, brother. Good, good. Yes, it does, says Russell. Makes total sense, says Stuart. And says, I've got it. Because, guys, I hate to break it to you, but once you have the sales funnels and you have it structured just like that, that is the only thing standing between you and your six-figure income you're looking for. The only thing right now is the fact you do not have that yet. And guess what? Who's heard of Frank Kern? Look, again, I don't like to take all the credit and think I'm the only one that's figured this stuff out, but guess what? Good old Frankie boy's figured it out as well, look. And everybody knows he's got a very big reputation online. Look, he's made a ton of money, over $50 million worth of product sales. Do you know how he does it? He drives targeted traffic to his free trainings, converts them into a customer using things like his book. Once somebody buys his book, he upsells them with products that sell for $97 or more, and then he leads those people to his high-ticket premium price products, which in this example I'm showing here is his consulting, which is nearly $10,000 per month. And guess how he sells that $10,000 per month opportunity? You guessed it. You fill in an application, you pay a deposit of $750, and then you have a phone call with him. And of course, you guessed it, a percentage of people buy. That's how it's being done. Tony Robbins, if you're into your self-help, you'll know of Tony. Guy worth over $500 million. Does exactly the same thing. So when I say the only thing standing between you right now and where you want to be is two things: traffic and a high converting sales funnel system. Now you know how to get the traffic and you understand the sales funnel system, because the fact is this: the more people you can get through those sales funnels leading to high ticket offers, the more people you help and the more money you make. And yes, the faster you bank six figures. But this is quite cool actually, because somebody said, I wish I could see how it goes through. And we actually got this here now, look. I'm going to show you a visual explanation just so nothing's missed. All right, so pay attention. Make sure there's nothing else on your screen. If anybody's not seeing my slide now, move everything else out of the way. It's time for you to pay attention. Look, traffic enters the sales funnel of the free product. I think you already get that. But let me show you, look. Before I do, Randy and the guys here, they asked me to pop in this quick slide because they've got something they want to share with you in a short while from now. They actually want to send you highly targeted traffic to build your list and make you sales. Who wants those guys to do that? Do you want Randy and the Promote Labs and the Media Kettle team to send you traffic? I've got my hand up. I'm saying hell yeah, just like Mohammed is. Too right. I want these guys to send me some traffic too. We'll stick around. They'll come back on the line shortly and they'll tell you how that's going to be done. But first, let's get 1,000 example visitors into one of these sales funnels and kind of show you how this whole thing works. I know some people work better with visuals, so this should really help you out here, okay? So, here's what it might look like. You send 1,000 visitors first to that page. Now, if you have a 40% opt-in rate, which is kind of, mediocre, it's kind of a decent average squeeze page conversions, that means you've got 400 leads, 400 people that join your list, okay? Now, if your offer, your front-end offer, has a 3% conversion, That means from 400 prospects, 400 leads, you then get 12 customers, okay? 12 people that pull out their credit card and buy. Those are the people that can actually really get the help they need, right? The rest of the people, if they're not willing to invest to get the help, then they're not going to progress, right? They'll stay where they are, unfortunately. That's kind of where I used to be stuck for a long time, I'm afraid to say. But now look here. You understand the rest of the sales funnel here now, the upsells, the membership, the high-ticket offer. So now you've got those 12 customers, they get to see everything else. So first they see the upsells. And let's imagine just half of them buy one or more additional products. Then there's the membership offer further down the line. And let's imagine half our customers try out our membership. And then eventually, further down the line, we've then got our high-ticket products. And from our 12 customers, let's just say one of them buys the high-ticket product. So what this means for you is this. When we put the price tags on, look, 12 people spent 20 bucks each, giving you $240 in commissions. 6 people spent 100 bucks. There's another $600. This is stacking up nice. Then you've got the 6 people that join the membership, giving you recurring income of nearly $300 a month, and you've got a $1,000 high-ticket commission. All in all, you drove 1,000 targeted visitors, and you made $2,122, and you're starting to build recurring income. Now let's see who the smart cookies are on the webinar here today. What would you do in this stage? So you just made $2,122. Now what are you going to do? What would you do in that position? Yeah, Stuart got it first. Stephen followed. Nick followed. Get more traffic. Reinvest. Take some of that money, go and buy more traffic, and put more people through the sales funnel. And sometimes people say, I mean, if you heard obviously the introduction, the amazing introduction that Randy gave me earlier, he was speaking about how quickly I've been able to grow my business. Well, that's how that's possible. Because once you've got a high converting sales funnel that leads people to high ticket sales, you can literally reinvest and scale to whatever level you want. You know, some people only want $10,000, $20,000 a month. So you rinse and repeat, reinvest your money until you get there, and then you can just kind of sustain it. And then every time, now you might be making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, and well, you keep reinvesting $10,000 or $20,000, and hey, you go and live the life of your dreams on $10,000, $20,000 a month, while the business just keeps funding itself. Does that make sense? Are you guys getting that? Do you see how that works? Yeah, you really do. That's awesome. So tell me the answer to this question. Do you now see how much faster you can go from where you're at now to banking $100,000 or more on the internet when you have a funnel system, like I've shared with you here today, that leads people from being a visitor on your website all the way through the 5 stages to high-ticket product sales? Do you see that? Stuart says yes. Ruth says yes. Steve says yes. Gabriella says yes. Ahmed says yes. Mohammed says yes. You know, yes, yes, yes. You do. Great. So my question is this. Others just like you are doing this right now, day in, day out. So does that mean that you can do it too? Tell me that in the chat box. Others just like you are doing this day in, day out. Does that mean that you can do it too? Well, the truth is, if I'm going to be brutally honest, the answer is undoubtedly, unquestionably, probably not. Probably not. You see, the thing is, attending this one webinar here today, and thank you for all the kind comments, by the way, is not going to make you wake up this time tomorrow with all the products that you need to have your own sales funnels and to have everything you need in your business. Attending this one webinar, if we just literally put a knife through the webinar line right now and cut it off, it wouldn't cause you to have a high-converting sales funnel system up and running round the clock, like a well-oiled machine in your business, like it is in mine. It wouldn't help you deal with all the technical aspects in setting everything up. I know how much that holds people back sometimes. And if we let you go away today, alone, empty-handed, you'd still be stuck in that same position. And attending this one webinar today will not give you a profitable membership that's growing your recurring income. And you will not wake up tomorrow after having attended this webinar if you left alone, empty-handed now, having the ability to make 4-figure commissions in your business. That's just the truth. Now, the reality is, if we all parted ways right here, right this very second, be honest with me, just as I have been with you, would you immediately go out and take everything I've just shared with you over this webinar, along with Randy and the team, and set the world on fire with your newfound sales funnel knowledge? Would you wake up tomorrow, create all the products? Would you wake up this week and employ the team and put everything in place that you need? Would you be getting on the phone knowing what to say and how to say it to sell high-ticket products? To put 4-figure days in your bank? That's doubtful, right? You see, look, I'm just going to level with you guys. I've been in your shoes for a long, long time. I was there. And I know what it's like. And I probably, because of that, know you better than you know yourself. And I want you to be upfront and honest. Look, this isn't the first webinar you've been on, right? But yet you've continued to stay stuck in the same position you've been in. And I've got no desire to leave this webinar allowing you to stay in that position again, continually. So look, if I let you leave this webinar today alone and empty-handed, I'd take a good guess that you would quickly default right back into your old habits that you showed up today to this webinar with. And the truth is, those habits that you formed in the past, my friend, they are not making you the money that you deserve in your business. It's just not, has it? And you know that as well as I do. And that's why both myself and everyone else here on the team at the webinar refuse to let that happen any longer for you. We just care too much. And the truth is, you need me by your side from this day forwards, continually, every step of the way, if you're truly going to use what I've shared with you today and turn it into real, spendable piles of cash. Now, best of all, what I've shared with you today is awesome. I've held nothing back. You've seen exactly what we're doing to make multiple 7 figures every single year on the internet. But as good as it's been, it pales in comparison to what we do for our iPro partners and clients. People like John Lee, for example. You can see him on your screen now. He's a family man, actually lives in the UK. John's a guy that maybe is kind of like where you're at now. He was a struggling affiliate, and he'd been trying for 3 years to try and get something going successfully on the internet. But he'd only made a few small affiliate commissions here and there. In fact, his best day before joining us on this venture was $49. That was his best ever day in 3 years. Which is why it was exciting when he sent me this video. And in it he said, I now make money every month online thanks to iPro, which means for him, he said, I can afford extra tuition for my kids and weekends away with the family. But you know, a few weeks after he sent me that video, look at this support ticket message I received from John. He said, as you already know through one of my testimonial videos, part of my commissions from iPro is paying for extra tuition for my kids' education. He said, well, today we just got the results back for my daughter's exam. She passed. And to top it all off, in the same day, you just told me I had another $2,000 sale, which is another $1,000 commission. He said, that's why I love iPro. So I need to start thinking about now, what will you start doing when you're seeing 4-figure paydays in your business working with us on this venture? You see, I want to introduce you right now to a very exclusive, very unique opportunity that is not actually publicly available on the internet. So you have your opportunity right now to get backdoor access to something nobody else online can freely go and join. You see, this is the only all-inclusive, done-for-you business system that pays you commissions from $5, $20, $50, $200, $500, even $1,000 and more. Now you've seen how these sales funnels work and why they're so powerful and essential to your business. So what if you had it all done for you from this day forwards for life? Done for you free products, front-end products, upsell products, done for you membership sites to build your recurring income, and even done for you high-ticket products. This levels the field for anyone wanting to build their business successfully on the internet. So here's how it's going to work, look. You'll get high-value free products that you can drive traffic to, that will basically convert your traffic into leads and have our systems automatically following up with your leads for you. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, well, does that mean I can't build my own list? Can I build my own list? How does that work? Well, of course you can build your own list. In fact, we're actually going to give you a $2,000 piece of software that allows you to do that with ease. It's literally click, click, load. It's simple. Okay, now the next step with this opportunity, we're actually going to license to you our best-selling, highest converting front-end and upsell offers, so that whenever your customers buy those, you're actually going to get nearly all the money. Now we do subtract kind of the fees and everything that we pay, so you get about 90% commissions on all of those. Now, as you know, we use these offers to convert your customers and leads into paying customers for you. Now, obviously, all our offers are highly optimized to convert because ultimately this was my own private business system, and you're getting to use this, the same system that generates me up to $311,000 a month. The same sales pages, the same websites, everything becomes at your disposal for you to start cashing in on. Okay, and just to show you the level of investments we go through, I spend up to $12,000 on every single sales video to work with top copywriters to make sure that we, using this system, always have the best. Now, after you've got leads coming in, customers converting and money flowing into your account, then we present the upsells to them. So every time you get a customer, me and my team and our systems really get to work for you. So we're going to present your customers with immediate upsells of huge value. And these typically range from about $20 to $200, sometimes more though, and we're always creating new ones. That's the exciting thing for you in this. It's ever growing and always increasing for your business. And again, you're going to get 90% commissions on all of those as well. So you go from making up to $20 a customer to hundreds of dollars per customer within minutes of that customer buying that first product. It gets really exciting to see this happening. We've got things like our Masterclass Workshop webinar series. We've got our Automated Income Seminar DVDs. You've got our AIS Lite package, our social loop traffic system, and we just keep creating and building front-end products, upsell products, and high-ticket products for you. So you never have to worry about all of that tough work side of things. Me and my company do all of this all the time for you anyway. All right? Now, it doesn't stop there, because you know the next step is memberships. And what would your business be without recurring income? So we then get to work to get as many of your customers into membership sites that we run, growing your recurring income for you. Only you don't have to create the content every month. You don't have to support the members in any way, shape, or form. Heck, you don't even have to speak with anyone. So if you don't even like the idea of talking to anyone, it doesn't get any better than this, okay? Now, just to give you an example, I briefly mentioned it earlier, but we've got a very popular membership site called the Affiliate Club. It sells for $47 a month. And we're also going to put your customers into that where suitable. And it's almost like it's your very own membership because you're going to get 90% recurring commissions on that too. And we've actually got memberships that run up to about $1,100 a month. And you can earn up to 50% on all of those as well. But just in this one membership alone, when you've got 50 people, you've got $2,115 a month That's over $24,000 a year when you have just 50 members. Imagine when you've got 100 and more, 200, 300. That's what becomes possible for you with this. But then we've got the high ticket sales too. And this is where this becomes very, very transformational for your business, because as you know, this is where you start to get the big profits in your business. You see, we in my company, we've got multiple high ticket back-end programs. Stuff like high-level courses, programs, coaching classes, done-for-you solutions, even live workshops and seminars we host around the world. And guess what? We are going to offer these to your customers on an ongoing basis. And anytime someone buys, you get paid on those too. So what we're actually going to do is put your customers that flow through the sales funnels through our back-end high-ticket funnels as well to make you as much money as possible for every single customer you get. And as I say, you can get 4-figure commissions for these things. And you know, we spoke about how we sell these products earlier. We get on the phone with your customers. I've got a team of people in my offices that do this, and people working from me around the world. Well, these people will be speaking to your customers, getting on the phone with customers you've generated in your business, closing high-ticket sales for your business. But you won't have to speak with anyone. You won't have to deliver any coaching. You won't have to sell anything yourself. We're doing it all for you. And this is actually so straightforward to actually build your business with that I thought, who's the probably person that I could use as an example here that has hardly any time to put into their business? And it's actually Brent, who's actually out in Afghan. And he actually left this comment in our group recently because he gets literally, if he gets a handful of hours a month, he's doing well, okay? So he just literally uses one of our paid traffic methods, drives traffic, makes money, okay? In a very small amount of time, literally. He has maybe an hour a week, okay? And he said this, look, first off, woohoo, that's because he just had a 4-figure day in his business. And he said, having just come back from another 15-hour grind out here, he said, I come here to lose myself, into our community, that is, to gather my thoughts what I truly desire to have in my life, like the many others are here in the iPro community. So if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of time, maybe you've got a lot of commitments, family, day job, things like that at the moment, well, even if you've only got maybe 30 to 60 minutes a day, you can still build your business successfully here. It's not time intensive. So you may be saying, Dean, well, what do I do then? You're building all of these products. You're running all the membership sites. You're selling the products. Your team and your systems are doing all that work. What is it that I actually do to build my business? Well, all you have to do is get the traffic into the sales funnels. And to be honest, you know, most people that join this, they've never driven traffic before and they don't know how. But you already got that from Randy earlier. That's one really cool thing here, is that you know how to get traffic already. But you know what? Even if you didn't, we turn every single one of our iPro partners into a traffic generation master within 10 days or less. You see, the moment you get started today, you'll get instant access to our traffic training course. This is an exclusive training program that reveals effective traffic generation strategies compiled of both free and paid methods. Methods that are so simple to follow. Guys like Eric Jacobs here, who said, 5 years I've been trying to make money online, but I've never done very well until now because I'm not very fast with this internet stuff. I mean, bless him, he's in his late 70s. He said, with iPro, I got to take my time and follow the training. And he said, I started driving traffic after about a week. He said, I was knocked sideways when I made $682 in my second week. Now, I know that's not life-changing sums of money yet, but that was after 5 years of making nothing elsewhere. With us, $682 in his first couple of weeks. Stephen Daly. Now, this was interesting. This is a guy that had been let down by so many other people in the past that he was skeptical. And I've got no problem telling you that because I loved that position. Stephen said, I was skeptical at first because I've been let down so many times in the past. He said, but this felt like what I'd needed for the past 3 years. He said, all I did was follow the instructions, began driving traffic into the funnel. He said, I couldn't believe my eyes when I logged into my account and saw I'd made over $1,200 in about 10 days. Now I want to tell you something that we've built into this that means you get paid for years. You see, when you get a customer into our sales funnels, we have intricate technology working behind the scenes that tracks and tags that person to you as your customer for the life of that customer. They could go and click on any other partners or affiliates links, but if that was your customer, that's your sale and your commissions for life. So what that means is, imagine you get a customer today, they buy a $10 product, you get paid. Imagine in a week's time they buy a $100 product, you get paid. Imagine in 3 months' time they join one of our $5,000 programs, you get paid. Imagine in 6 years' time they attend one of our workshops and buy a $1,000 ticket. Guess what, my friend? You would be paid. It's your customer for life. It's literally the same as you having everything, spending years building everything for yourself, spending years creating all the products, spending $10,000, $12,000 a month employing everyone to run it for you. Only you don't have to do all of that. You just tap into our multi-million-dollar business systems and you're off and running fast. This is why Richard Burns, here said this. I won't read it all, but he said, since I've made many thousands, including making over 2,500 just the other day, he said, sometimes I get commissions and I don't even know where they come from. He said, this is just great. That's what I want for you too. You see, just moments from now, you will have everything you need. You will have high-converting sales funnels at your disposal, packed with all the quality products you need, instantly leveraging my full-time team of experts. Immediately, you begin using the exact same, not a copy, the exact same sales funnels, sales processes, marketing systems that I use to make this money in my business. And all I have to do is show you how to pump the traffic too. Because that's all I do now. I've built it, I run it, I've got a team of people that work for me in the background running all of this. I've got a team of people that speak with my customers that come through to make the high-ticket sales. And, well, it works like a well-oiled machine. All I have to do is drive traffic. And actually, I'll be straight with you. I don't even drive my own traffic anymore. Somebody else does that for me. I pay for that too. But you just have to drive your traffic. And these are the results I get. Now, even if you only got 10% of what I get and was making $300, $400, $500 a day, would that make a difference to you right now? Would that make a big difference to your kind of lifestyle that you're living right at this moment in time? You know, if all this did for you was allow you to quit your job and work for yourself and have a bit more freedom, would that make a difference to you? You see, imagine, I don't know about you, but I get a ton of spam on Facebook. I just get people spamming me with junk, crappy messages. Well, I love to send messages too. How would you like to start receiving these messages off me? Hey, Simon, you just made another $1,000 commission. Well done. Do you want to get messages like that? How nice would that be? I want you to imagine being part of a community of people that are all on the same path, driven, like-minded people. Did you ever hear that you will kind of equate to being the average of the 5 people that you spend your most time with? Well, doesn't it make sense that you start hanging out with people that are go-getters, driven people, people that are building their businesses, some people that will be at the same stage as you, some just a couple of steps ahead, and even multi-millionaires? Doesn't it make sense that you start hanging out with those types of people? I mean, this is what you want for your life, right? So doesn't it make sense that you start hanging out with those people as well to have a positive influence on your life? People that are making 4 figures a day? I mean, we paid one of our partners just last month over $122,000. But I don't just want to give you the keys to the kingdom, as it were. I don't just want to allow you to start using all of this and hope for the best. Because then you might still struggle. I mean, heck, you've spent enough time on your own. I've got no desire to allow that to continue. So to really ensure you experience consistent results and explosive profits and progress every single week, me and my team are going to personally mentor you as well. You see, to ensure nothing ever holds you back again, I'm going to become your mentor, and I'm going to invest my team in your success as well, who will all lead you by the hand all the way to success. You see, for my iPro partners and clients, my priority immediately becomes their success. So never again will you be left alone to slip off track or fall back into those old habits, because every step of the way, you're going to have us by your side. Now, doesn't that sound better than what you've been doing so far? And just look at some of the comments these people that are already on the inside are saying. Adrian, look, he said to make it online you need 3 things: a good teacher, good products, high conversions. With Dean Holland you get all 3. Linda said he not only put me on the right track, I'm making money too online because of him. Philip said I've made more money from stuff Dean taught me than from all of the methods that, unlike Dean's, were a waste of money and time. So here's what will happen when you get started in just a moment. First, you'll immediately create your account and get immediate access right into our private iPro members area. Inside there, you'll quickly get started and immediately progress through what we call our Quick Start training series. This basically gets you up and running fast, giving you 100% clarity on exactly how to bank massive cash in your business. Basically, you will hold a step-by-step plan of action in your hand so that getting results and banking big commissions becomes relatively easy for you, to be honest. Okay? Once you progress through the Quick Start training series, then you'll get into our traffic training center, where you'll find a whole arsenal of easy-to-follow traffic strategies. Some of these methods are free, so you can just spend 30 to 60 minutes a day or whatever you want to spend driving traffic for free, or some of them are paid. So if you've got a bit of a traffic budget and you want to just jumpstart your results and jumpstart your traffic and leads in your business, we'll show you how to do that too. You'll basically pick and choose which methods you want to use today and get started fast out of the many methods that we teach. And these are the same methods that I personally use to bank thousands of dollars a day. And these are stuff basically that gets us thousands of visitors day in, day out. You know, I'll teach you it all. I really have a vested interest in your success. So that tells you this is very different to anything else out there, because I share in your success with you. And that's why we're going to make sure you're successful. So when you're ready and you know exactly what strategy to follow, because you'll choose from the ones we teach you, you'll log into your back office, you'll grab any of the tools you want because you get given it all, email templates, banners, everything you need to do any of the traffic methods we teach. And you'll just grab them. Some of them are just copy and paste. It's that straightforward. You'll be provided with it all to make your business and income grow, basically with as little work as possible on your behalf, because I appreciate that in the early stages, maybe you've got a full-time job and other things going on. So I want you to be able to build a business in around 30 to 60 minutes a day. And that's exactly what I'll show you how to do. So you'll basically get up and running fast, right? There'll be nothing to hold you back ever again. You'll have the ability to literally start driving traffic as soon as today if you really wanted. And people do, okay? This means if you take fast action today, the truth is that you could be making commissions within 24 hours. I've seen it happen time and time again. But maybe you'll spend a little time going through the training first. I don't know how quick you'll be moving, but everything will be there for you to do it fast. But it doesn't stop there, okay? Because every week, you're actually going to join us on a weekly live coaching session every week for the next 3 months. This is basically live coaching to get you up and running, to make sure nothing stands in your way between you and success. See, every week we cover different marketing topics to help you get even better results. We've got review sessions to look at anything you want. We have full Q&A sessions so that nothing gets you stuck. I don't know about you, but it's pretty lonely in this business. And sometimes you can stay stuck on something for days and weeks. And then you end up giving up and going on to something else because you just didn't have the help you needed. Does anyone understand that? Have you experienced that before? It's not nice, right? Well, that will never happen again. You'll never feel that feeling again. But I've got a surprise to tell you. You won't just get one live coaching session a week for 3 months. What if I told you you'd get 2 live coaching sessions a week? Does that sound good? Why have I told you get 3 live webinars a week? Does that sound even better? Because that's what we're going to do for you. 3 live sessions that you can tune into every week to get all the help and support you could ever possibly need. And guess what? If you ever miss any, no problem. All recorded, given to you in a recorded members area, so you never miss a single second, okay? You see, the truth is, not in a bragging sense, it's just true, right? I've made millions of dollars online over the last few years, and becoming your mentor from this day forwards, I'm going to show you not only how I've done it so you can follow in my footsteps, I'm actually just going to give you everything you need to do it too. So you can get there even faster than I ever could in the past, because I've been doing this since 2004, and believe you me, it took me a long time to figure this stuff out. Whereas you, on the other hand, you get it all handed to you today, ready to start banking commissions faster and easier than not only I could in the past, than probably any of us on this call ever could have done in the past. We all had to spend time learning this for years, whereas you get it handed to you today. This time tomorrow, you wake up, your business is built and ready to cash in with, okay? So I want you to really imagine this now, because this is reality. How will you feel knowing you've got everything you need as of today to build your business success? No more stalling, no more buying little $10 ebooks, products that leave you confused or alone still. Instead, everything you need. The products, the sales funnels, the websites, the high converting systems, the traffic training to fuel the engine, the coaching, the support, and a community of driven entrepreneurs, even millionaires surrounding you every single day. Imagine that. Imagine making $100,000 or more a year on the internet. That feels good, doesn't it? I'm telling you it does. Imagine that day you quit your day job to become your own boss. I remember that day. I remember it clearly. I'd just come back from a seminar the day before in Las Vegas. Walked into my boss's office, 9 a.m., handed my letter of resignation in. Never looked back. That was June 2009. Imagine being able to work from anywhere you like and spend more time with your family and loved ones. Basically, imagine having the freedom to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. And being proud that finally, you're doing this. You're making it happen. Because you've got everything in place. Now my only question to you is this. Are you the type of person that's an action taker, that basically knows what you want out of this one life that we have on this earth, and you do what it takes to make it happen? Is that you? Does that explain who you are as a person? Or, this isn't meant disrespectfully, it's just how some people are. Are you an excuse maker that actually, maybe unknowingly, holds yourself back and prevents your own success? Tell me in the chat box. Are you the action taker on this call? Because there will be some of them here. Or are you one of the excuse makers that's unknowingly holding yourself back? Who do you think you are? I mean, go on. Tell us in the chat box. You've got to put yourself out there. Make it known. Stuart says he's an action taker. Riyadh says, I'm an action taker. Yeah, we've got action takers. Ethan's an action taker. Well, let me show you exactly what you're going to be getting with this opportunity. And then we can actually get you started. So you're going to get high converting sales funnels with everything you need in those, everything we've spoken about here today. Valued at $12,997. You're going to get the lifetime rights to our high-quality front-end offers. And not only the ones we've got now, by the way. Guess what? We keep creating them. Remember I said at the start, I'm actually about to publish a book in the next 45 days. Well, guess what? That'll again be a new funnel we build that you'll be able to use in your business. You're actually going to get done for you upsell offers. Done for you recurring commission memberships. Growing your recurring commissions without you having to do any of the work. The only thing you've got to do is drive traffic, so guess what? I'm going to give you our traffic training program valued at $997. We're going to handle all payment processing, product fulfillment, and delivery. So you don't have to even worry about any of that techie stuff. I mean, who wants to touch that? I don't. That's why I spend thousands of dollars a month on my team to do it. It's valued at $497. I'm going to have my customer support team, my 2 people on my team, Kai, and Sarah. There's $4,000+ a month right there in staffing costs. I'm going to have them do the customer support on all your leads and customers. So you won't have to worry about fixing nothing. I mean, heck, it took me months to train these guys. Let them handle all your rubbish as well. $1,997 there. I mean, heck, that would only pay for one of those guys for 4 weeks. You get it done for life. You're getting VIP support for yourself as well. That means you will always have a response from me on my team within 24 hours or less. That's 7 days a week, by the way. Valued at $997. I'm going to have my phone follow-up team work with your customers. So as your buyers begin flowing through these sales funnel systems, they'll be getting on the phone with my team, some of them will. And undoubtedly, some of them will be spending thousands of dollars and you will be earning 4-figure commissions. Valued at $9,997. I mean, heck, you couldn't even go out and employ my team for that. We're giving you that lifetime customer tracking on your account, giving you lifetime customer commissions off every single buyer you get. I mean, I don't think I know anything else out there that does that. Just nobody makes that available. We've built it. Valued at $1,997. And, I think I've gone insane, but you're going to get weekly live mentoring 3 times a week. 3 times a week? I mean, wow. For 3 months. That's 12 weeks of 3 times a week coaching. I mean, has anyone ever seen anything like that before? And yeah, you get 1 week, 1 time a week, maybe, but 3 times a week. And that's so we know the only thing that could prevent your success is if you were left alone. So we are not leaving you alone. 3 times a week, live, online, we're together. 7 days a week, you have your VIP support. 7 days a week, you've got the community around you. Valued at $39,467. Now, we all know the reality is I could sell this for $39,467 and it would be a steal, okay, an absolute steal. But we also all know that I'm not going to make that offer here today at $39,000, right? And that's good for you guys. But if I said $9,997 would be well worth it and make any other typical offer look like a joke, that'd be true. In fact, I could name you more than one. Well-known gurus out in the industry now that charge $10,000 just to teach you things like how to create a high-ticket product. I mean, heck, I've got $10,000 programs that teach people how to build one of these sales funnels. But it's not even $10,000. In fact, it's not even $4,997, which would be an absolute steal even if I was purely offering you the licensing rights to the products here today and then just gave you it all and left you alone. No coaching, no support, no fulfillment, no customer support, no high-ticket sales team. If I just sold you the licensing rights so you could sell these products yourself, I'd still be cutting myself a short loss at $5,000. Let alone all the training, coaching, support we're giving you. And I want you to think about this. The game changes when you're making $1,000 commissions. You see, just 5 high-ticket commissions, and that would have been paid for even if it was $5,000. But it isn't that either. You see, I did come here today as the truth, ready to make you this very special offer at just $2,997. And it would be a no-brainer at that. You know, you're literally being handed the keys to a multi-million-dollar business system with everything you need, ready to go, that makes others thousands of dollars a day. And you'd be getting to use it for yourself. You'd be getting all the training to show you how very quickly and easily, and all the coaching you need to ensure you never get lost ever again. And with just 3 back-end sales to cover that investment, it's just ridiculously a no-brainer. However, I want to give you guys something special. You know, I promised these guys at Promote Labs and Media Kettle, Randy, Simon, and the whole team, I promised them that I'd come here and not just blow you away by teaching you everything we're doing, but actually give you an insane deal, okay? So, I've got a question. I'm going to give you the chance for me to kind of give you some discount here, a kind of scholarship, if you like. And instead of charging you $2,997 today to change your business and life forever, I'd like to offer you a $1,000 Success in Advance discount. Success in Advance discount. So who would like to hear my deal? Tell me in the chat box. Who would like to hear the deal I've got to lay on the table today? A deal that we both must stick to that would allow you to get all of this and more for just $1,997. Who wants to hear my deal? Who wants to hear me out, what I've got to offer to you here today? Ruth says okay. Terry says I would like to hear it. Stuart says yes. Paul says yes. Stephen says great deal at 1997. Okay, so yeah, and thank you to everybody else. So here it is. Let's make a deal. Let's shake hands on this. I want to ask you, would you be happy to provide me and my company with a testimonial of your experiences working with me and my company in iPro when, and I do mean when, not a day before, when you have your first 4-figure day with us? So what I'm saying is, when you make $1,000 or more in a single 24-hour period in commissions, would you be happy to provide us with either a written or a video testimonial that we can basically share with other people to show the results that others are getting with my company the day you make more than $1,000 in a day? So if you make $900 in a day, I won't ask you for it. You make $600 in a day, I won't even bother you, other than to say well done. You make $1,200 in a day, I wouldn't mind giving you a quick nudge to say, hey, remember that deal we made? And if that's the case, if you're happy to shake hands on that, I'll give you that $1,000 today in advance for your success story. Does that sound good? Ricardo says, I would do anything for that. So that's what I've got to offer here to you guys. Steve says, yep. Sounds great. Where do I sign up, says Stephen. Gabriella says, yes. Riyadh says, yes. Ricardo, I would do anything for that. Yes, for sure, says Terry. Well, guys, here's the good news. We're wiping out and waiving any recurring fees or subscriptions today. There is no ongoing fees. We're not going to ask you to pay anything more than the one-time investment to get everything we've spoken about here today, of just one simple investment of $1,997. Stephen said, yeah, in the chat box. Now, it's already a no-brainer at that. I think in fact, people are telling me it's a no-brainer in the chat box, but I came to the game to impress. I came to over-deliver. So I want to make that investment a mere pittance of investment if I haven't done so already. So look, we've all come together here today. I don't just mean myself, but everyone else here in the background on the team on this session to give you even more. I mean, literally, pour our heart and soul into giving you the most no-brainer of an offer, so you climb over yourself to jump on this in just a moment, okay? So, here we go. First bonus I've got for you today. I'm going to bring you into that community group I spoke about earlier. We're going to bring you into there, surround you with like-minded people, and make you a lifetime member of this very valuable community, which has around about 800 people in it at the moment. I'm talking all the way from people that will be a similar position to you, and that will be coming along for the ride along with you, building your business, sharing in your successes, okay? And there's also people in there, such as Michael Cheney, John Thornhill, guys like Randy and everyone else, multi-millionaire marketers, that are actually many steps ahead that will actually give you huge tips and insights into accelerating the growth of your business. I mean, you couldn't actually buy your way into a group like this, and even if you could, it would cost thousands of bucks. Everyone helps each other here, everyone celebrates in our successes together, and every single day, everyone's giving advice, tips, and hints to help each other out, okay? And here's just some of the comments. Ian, within his first couple of days, said another front-end sale and upsell. This is early days, and I'm very excited. We've got Brent there on his 4-figure day. We've got Tara there saying, woohoo, 2 sales, I'm amped. That's because she'd spent years struggling before. We've got Simon there, $2,500 a day. We've got good old Michael Cheney giving away one of his products into our community for free. Michael's somebody you might have known of. Michael's made over $300,000 with us in the last few months. This is exactly what you'll be a part of, guys. I guarantee you it will be like nothing else you've ever been involved with before. And you get into that today, okay? Now, in addition to that, I'm going to give you one of our flagship offers, actually. I'm going to give you these programs as well, not because you necessarily need them as an iPro partner, but actually because the more education I can give you, the faster your business grows. So you'll get our Big Commission Blueprint live workshop too. Now, one of the most powerful things that I'm going to give you as a bonus, okay, is actually the recordings from a recent workshop. So get this, I'll just tell you the story behind this. About a year or so ago, maybe less, about 8 months ago, I was actually attending a seminar here in the UK, and I'd actually had a few beers, okay? I'd actually had a few beers one evening, and I sat there and I said, you know what, I need to hold a workshop and share what it is I'm doing in my company. So I ran to reception, placed a deposit on a 2-day seminar about 6 months in advance, and I went home and just planned out this event. And we had about 80 to 100 people flying from all over the world. It cost thousands of dollars to attend this event. You'll see that picture there. That's me in the center with my hands up with everyone that joined us. And we brought a film crew in, and I literally spent, over the course of 2 days, about 12 hours on stage teaching my entire in-depth automated income business model, okay? And it just perfectly goes hand in hand with everything I've taught you here on the webinar. So this is something we're actually having put onto DVDs to sell for like $2,000. I'm going to give you the digital version of this for free. Okay, so you're going to get that as well. And I think just over the course of the next few weeks, when you've got a little bit of spare time, sit and watch that. And I think that alone is worth more than the investment you're making today. In addition to that, I'm going to teach you how to get even more traffic. So if you love the idea of free traffic, I've got something I use that I call a perpetual free traffic generation system. It just works like crazy, okay? And I've actually created a product around it. It's something I do in my business now. It's something I've done for years and years. It's actually what first made me my first $2,000 a month on the internet in 2008. Right at the end of that year, I did that. And I've used it ever since, and it's just lasted the time test. You know, it's been going for 7+ years, and I'm going to teach you that as well. You're also getting lifetime membership to our affiliate club. So this is our $47 a month membership. One of my members of my team, Louis, who actually works with all our affiliates and partners, he's one of our relations managers in my company, he actually runs a weekly webinar with the affiliate club members as well. So I'm going to give you a lifetime membership to there. So if you want, you can actually have a bonus extra weekly live coaching session. So that means not 1, not 2, 3, you're getting 4 live webinars a week. I mean, come on, I'm going to be practically by your side that much. You'll probably be sick of me because you'll just be making so much money. I mean, heck, it just doesn't get any better than this. So look, guys, the fast action bonuses from me, with everything else you're already getting, I'm giving you the private community access today, the Big Commission Blueprint program, the automated income system, live digital DVDs, the social loop traffic system, a lifetime affiliate club membership with weekly webinar. Okay, plus, I know Randy's probably eagerly anticipating coming back on the line because these guys have lined up something that even I was shocked by, okay? So these guys have even more coming to you from Promote Labs and Media Kettle. So, Randy, are you there, my friend?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're trying to out-bonus you, mate.
And I think you might have done it. I mean, guys, I moved the slide on, Randy. You just tell these guys what you've got for them.
Yeah. Promote Labs run and Media Kettle. We actually, invested $3,000 for the license. They run a network of 10 sites that are membership sites on a license deal, similar-ish, without all the training and everything that you do and what have you. But those sites, through lots of people promoting them, we've got 65,000 active members on a mailing list.
Wow.
And in a nutshell, we're valuing this at $7,500. We're basically going to say, yeah, we will take one of the, and again, I know we're in iPro, I've been in the back office. I know you've got the copy and paste emails in there and all the various different offers. So people just need to get in touch and say, right, here's the offer I'd like you to mail. Here's my link. and we will mail that to 65,000 active members across those 10 sites. So
holy cow.
that solo ad going out to a list of 65,000 people, and those are some of the sites there. Other people may have seen them around and may be familiar with them, but yeah, so that's part one of the bonus. So nice. 7.5 grand's worth. 65.
Nice. Is it weird that I actually want to buy my own offer just to get that? Is that strange? Okay, next slide. I've just moved it on for you.
Stephen's just asked there, won't we be sending the same email? Obviously in iPro there's more than one product, and it will be a first come first served basis. So if you write in on say day 2 and somebody's already wrote day 1 with the same offer, we'll come back to you and say, oh Stephen, we're just promoting that today, so we'll either do that offer for you in a month's time, or give us a different offer and we'll do it this next week or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Plus, just to emphasize that as well, Stephen, do you remember in the introduction I said we've got some really special stuff for the early action takers that really jump at this and see what a big offer we've made? This is what we're talking about. The sooner you jump in on this, when I give you that link in a minute, you're gonna be the one that moves fastest, okay?
Yeah, and then the extra bonus, we're only valuing this at 2,500, and that's to have a banner ad, as you can see on the right-hand side of that bit of web page that's on the graphic there. A banner ad spot in a rotator, and we'll leave that on the rotator for a year. The site is bestbonusblog.com, which is Promote Labs, Simon and Jeremy's blog, where they promote everything from, and I mean that gets 600,000 unique page views annually, and it's still growing obviously. So we're saying, look, if you want to buy a banner on there, we'll charge you $50 for 4-week run, so $50 times 52 weeks is $2,600, and your ad will get seen by tens of thousands of visitors every month, because you're in rotation, so all 600,000 visitors aren't going to see your ad. It's in rotation, and again, first come first served.
Awesome, nice.
The value of the bonuses together there from Promote Labs and Media Cattle at $10,000 worth of bonuses. But I don't think the money really comes into it, just the fact of like, look, this can get you a good start. Having the advert there and having a 65,000 email list being mailed your offer, I think would be a great start for anybody. And then all those training and bonuses that you've got.
Absolutely. So, guys, we've really stacked the value. I mean, we've never put an offer together like this. So let me just recap, because I'm sure everybody's kind of like mind blown over everything. So look, here it is all again, and then we'll give you access, guys. Okay. You've got the high converting sales funnel systems, and just to be clear, this isn't just one. You get multiple, and we just keep building them. So like literally every couple of months, every few months, you get like a new sales funnel with new products, new offers. So your business is always growing, and you have my company and me doing that for you. So this is like a lifelong business opportunity that can just change your life with this. You've got done for you front-end offers, done for you upsells to maximize your earnings on every sale you get, done for you recurring commissions, and done for you membership sites. You've got the traffic training program, all of my company processing all the orders and fulfilling all the products, including physical products, by the way. I have a warehouse in the US that just ships out products, so you won't even have to touch any of that. We've got digital and physical products. It's very, very different, very unique. We've got professional customer support, so my team dealing with all that, my team handling all the phone sales for you, lifetime customer tracking, live mentoring 3 times a week for the next 3 months, and over $10,000 of bonuses from Randy and the rest of the team, and all of those bonuses that I mentioned to you, plus, guys, before you get instant access in just a moment, because you're here live with us, you get even more, but there's a catch. And I know somebody's just said there's more, kind of smiley face. I've got your live action takers bonus, okay? So get ready to act fast, because even we sell products on the phone, like when customers come through our sales funnels. Nobody's authorized to give this, okay? This is purely me here live right now giving you exclusively this opportunity. And here it is. Because you're here live, if you act now in just a moment, I'm going to double You're coaching. I'm laughing because I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm like, what am I doing? But I really, really care about your success. So act in just a moment now before this webinar ends. And instead of getting 3 months of the weekly live coaching sessions with me and my team 3 times a week for 3 months, instead, how about we double that bad boy up to 6 entire months? Who likes the sound of that? So you're going to get 6 months of coaching on top of everything we've spoken about here. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. It's incredible, right? Terry's just said, awesome. So, are you ready to claim the ultimate 6-figure shortcut opportunity and start banking cash in your business and really starting to make things happen for you, okay? Because if you are,